Whose last name is Penne?
Carlos and Alexa Vega.
Penavega.
Yeah.
Ooh, we should have done that. We should have done like Pac-Man. Oh, that would have been so good. Welcome back to the Just Trish podcast. It was chaos, but then I just meditated, and I think if we all just meditated, breathe, I was just breathing, I was closing my eyes, like, everything's okay, I'm exactly where I need to be, it's all panning out exactly how it's meant to be, happen, all this, like, you know, even though we get a late start, this is our second late start that we've done, and I think even though we get a second late start, I always think, like, means something, right? Like, maybe it saves you from being in, like, a car accident, like, a minute too early, or, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like there's always a reason, so I think... It's fine. Everything's in perfect timing. We're exactly where we're meant to be right now. It was chaos. It's actually, I was like done early. I was like done at like 9:20. I'm like, oh my God, so early. Went to go work at Rolling Stone. Barnes & Noble does not open at 10 a.m. No, it doesn't open. What do we think, 8 a.m.?
I thought 9 at least. At least 9.
At least 9. Moses thought 8. I thought 7 because there's a Starbucks attached to it. And the Starbucks wasn't even open. I was like, okay. So then we waited till 10 a.m. So we were kind of just like hanging out there. Then I hadn't seen you come through the gate yet, so I was like, hey, usually you get here right at 10. And I was like, okay, it was like 10, and I was like, oh, Oscar's not here. I'm like, maybe I'll go get some Wendy's. Some nuggets till 10:30. And it was like 10:15. They don't have hash browns. I was like, let me get some Cinnabon. I'm like, of course I have to film a TikTok because I'm doing a Cinnabon. So I filmed a TikTok for like a minute, and then I came back. I had to change my black shirt into my pink shirt, and everything was fine. But then there's a lot of people parked because we're getting work done in the house. We're getting tiles and all that stuff like that. And then, everything was fine. And then we knocked over water. I knocked over water. And now I'm in a wet spot. I'm sitting in a wet spot. Moses looks blue, but that's okay. He loves Avatar, so I think that's fine. Our camera's all messed up. Everything is a little chaotic, but I think that's okay. Malibu was down here. She like wasn't letting go of Moses. She's like, aha. She like would not let go. I was like, oh no, what happened here? How'd she even get down here? I don't know. Usually she's up with my mom. I came home. It was just chaos. The guys, they're like, you can't park here. And I was like, I don't know. This is my house. I don't know where to park. And then I had Moses move. It was chaos, but I meditated. Everything's fine now. Everything is right where we're meant to be. We're supposed to start at this time.
And no tomatoes were thrown when you were meditating, which is always positive.
Tomato. Did you know I was meditating? I was like, or were you not even paying attention? You're like making notes.
Yeah, I was just brushing up on extra hot topics, but yeah.
Oh my God, working nonstop.
Just down to the second.
Wow, that is amazing. That is crazy. I do my hot topics on Sunday now, thank God, because otherwise I used to do them right before, and we would be starting way late. But how are you? How was your weekend? Oh wait, shout out. Sorry. But this pertains to you too. We had a really good on Friday. We did a couple of Patreon videos, and we did the croissants. Those will be coming up soon. We also did reacting to Oscar's Vlog Squad interview, which is like. Yes. So chaotic and fun. But then I was telling like Moses and my mom and everybody, I was just like, you were like so good at interviews. Like I was like, you should do that again. You were so natural, so good. I can see why everyone liked you on there.
Thank you. It was so crazy looking back at those though. It was trippy. And like honestly, one of my favorite Patreon videos ever. Editing it like really took me back.
Really?
Yeah.
Like laughing. It was funny and like yes, a little cringe. I love how you called yourself a traitor. So I was like, Oscar's a traitor. And then everyone's like, no, I used to like him. I was like, oh my God, now people are actually turning on you. I was like, it's fine, everybody. But if you want to see that video, go to patreon.com/justtrish. Patreon.com/justtrish. You get 2 bonus videos a month. And this was one of the bonus videos. And yeah, it was crazy to see how much like you fangirled over David.
I loved him. And then can I tell you the like feelings that watching that back unlocked, like you would think that I was like actually dating him because I was like listening to sad Taylor Swift songs, like Eternal Sunshine by Ariana Grande. I'm like, we can't be friends. Like you would literally think.
Why you ready?
Yes, and like I love that. All weekend. Like it just, been in this weird headspace of like, was I like, did I have a thing with David Dobrik? Because I would flirt with him, and then looking back, I'm like, he was kind of flirty too.
No, for sure. No, but that's the thing, because we also did another reaction videos to like just like you in high school and your old friends and stuff like that. And I was like, but it wasn't, I can tell like a one-sided thing, especially because it's me. I've always been the one-sided person that's like more into someone, but they've always, even like your one straight friend, I was like, no, he's like giving back. And so it was David too. It's like, you can tell the difference between like your David interviews and like a Scott and Toddy interview, maybe because David's more charismatic in general,
true, yeah.
But I was just like, no, he did multiple interviews with you. He wasn't doing any interviews with anybody. You're like so giggly, but you do hype him up so much. I'm like, of course he's going to love you because you're hyping him up. You know everything about him. You're really good.
I was very involved.
It was cute. And you guys looked at each other. You even matched him in like a black turtleneck. Mm-hmm. It was cute.
We had chemistry. There was a spark, I think. And I don't know. It really took me back. Now I'm like, is he really so bad? Then I had to remind myself. I was like, he slammed someone with a crane, like into a freaking crane.
Yeah.
That's kind of a red flag. I was like, you can't let yourself go back. But
no.
I did understand why like the Jake Shanes and the Alex Earls, like why they're kind of like
caught up in him.
Yeah. I mean, he's just so charismatic.
Yeah. He's very charming.
Hard. It's very hard. And like, I'm like, maybe in another life, me and David Dobrik could have been a thing. But I was like, no. Like, I feel like I'm Selena Gomez. He's my Justin Bieber. Like, we had that era, but it was bad for each other. We moved on.
I feel that way, too. I feel like I was Selena Gomez and Justin Bieber with him. Because I did, too, for a minute. I kind of like, I kind of had fun. Like, I kind of said I missed the friendship more than the relationship. I'm like, I kind of missed the friendship with David more than anything. I was kind of like, damn. I think that's what I mourned the most after, because he was so fun. And I was like, gosh, that's really sad. What would it take for David to do for you to forgive him?
Oh my God, that's so hard. He would have to confess his love for me, and then we'll take it from there.
Like, I love you, Oscar. You're like, okay. Who cares about anything else you did? Really?
No, I think it would really have to go between like him and Jeff, I think, because like, you know, Jeff had so much trauma from that whole experience.
Yeah.
And like the fallout after. And then you have to remember like the whole thing with Dom and like the weird cover-up situation. You know what I mean? Like when you actually think about it, and you remind yourself everything that was going on, like why he was canceled in the first place, you're like, oh damn, like there's actual like victims. It's one thing to be controversial, but when there's people who are like hurt because of your videos, then it's like another thing.
No,
you know?
like literally filming girls that can't give consent because they're drunk, or filming girls that like you having sex in the shower or whatever. And I was like, okay, like, yeah, it's pretty awful actually when you like think back at it. You're like, he actually kind of was horrible. And like the fact that he never really like apologized is like so crazy to me. I guess he just is so rich. I think when you're so rich, you don't have to. I mean, even Rolling Stone did an article on David. Same person actually, same author, which I kind of live for. But yeah, we did reaction videos, and that one, they were so cute. They all were so cute. And your friendships, I was like, oh, like watching them, they seem so genuine. And I was like, do you miss having friends? Because you were so close with people, and I never was close with people like that. And I was like, oh, that's kind of so sad. You were telling me stories like, oh, we used to hang out, we had sleepovers, and I was like, oh my God, so cute.
I feel like we're kind of in a similar place where we like grow up, and then we're in relationships, and then like now whenever like you have free time, it's just like you're happy like to be home and like just chill. You know what I mean? It's just a different phase of life.
Totally. Sure. Yeah. And also I feel like at 30s too, like just getting older, you just don't want to like, I don't know. I have no desire.
Yeah.
No, I really want you to go to Barney's Beanery and do maybe this weekend.
Some girls that watch Just Trish, shout out.
Shout out.
I met them, and then they were big fans, and they were like, oh my God, like we were just there. We saw Jake Weber. We saw JoJo Siwa.
All in one night.
Like, oh my God.
You need to go.
Yeah. I got it incognito, like in the corner, like just observing.
I would love that. I think go with your Oompa Loompa wig. Everybody loved that wig on
disguise.
you. Yeah. I think that'd be so cool. Anyways, look for that next Patreon video. Oscar at Barney's Beanery.
Boots on the ground.
Yeah. So anyways, back to Patreon.
It's a good video. An hour long.
It's an hour.
It's worth it.
Yeah. Most like, did you guys film 5 videos down there? I was like, 2. But they were good, and they were quality, and I really enjoyed it, actually. Like, it's just fun because I hadn't seen any of those interviews, and I didn't see, we looked at your high school performances and stuff. It was really cute, and you were so good. Like, you are so good, and it just like solidified why you're so good and why I've always thought of you, because you were saying like Scott would ask you to host music thing. I'm like, yeah, people just see that in you, that you're just like good. Like, I don't know how to describe it.
I think they also saw that I was just obsessed, and like I was like in the industry, and like
yeah. Shout out to not being a traitor though, because even in after post David, like when I was exiled from the Vlog Squad, you still were like, Trisha Paytas' album is a bop. Like, you listen, because even Dave's like, is it good? You're like, it's Trisha Paytas, of course. And I was like, oh, this is why I like you. So if you guys want to see any of the extended videos, you can obviously go back and watch all the backlogs. It's patreon.com/justtrish. Look at the cute banner. Patreon.com/justtrish. It starts as low as $5 a month. You get bonus podcasts. Basically, after this episode, we do another hour for you guys. It goes up on Wednesday, so you don't have to go too far without having a Just Trish episode. Plus, if you want to upgrade, you can get 2 bonus videos a week where we do something fun like reacting videos. We did baking videos. We do eating videos. Some gaming videos. And then we also have the headshot tier. Headshot tier, you have to sign up by April 10th this month. We ship out on April 15th. I love doing the headshot tier because in the headshot tier, you get the headshot of the month. And this headshot of the month is Gamer Girl Trish. Oh my gosh. Is that Pokimane? Is that what's her name? Belle Delphine. Is that Belle Delphine? No, that's your favorite gamer girl, Trisha Paytas. And you can get this if you sign up by April 10th. So we'll send it out April 15th. Collect them all. We do not sell them individually. You can only get them in the package. And no, we don't back sell. People are like, can I pay for the lot? No, you get them. You have to be a collector. Okay. It's like Pokemon. You get them all. And then our sticker of the month comes in the headshot tier, which is the Tavern Girl made. This is a coveted one. And I've noticed a increase in subscriptions for this one. This is the prettiest one in my opinion. I want Moses to put this on his laptop. I think I look good in this one. The other ones I look a little crazy and like in a vine, okay? But this one I look pretty and cute and I look like I'm serving you some beer or something like that. But it's not beer. It's actually Pepsi.
Potion.
So yeah, potion. Okay, yeah. Well, I don't want to say beer in case it's like whatever. Then if you upgrade to our producer tier, not only do you get credits in our Just Trish episode at the end, you also get, I ask you guys questions, or you guys ask me questions. We have a very interactive relationship. I post just like random videos for you guys there. Plus, you'll get on the cue cards, okay, woo, there we go. I'm going to handwrite, for the next 3 months, I'm going to handwrite to your name, whatever's on the producer card, I'm going to handwrite you a little note. And what was your idea for the note? You said something wild, and you're like, put that as the note. I was like, no.
Oh, no, I just said you should invent a hot topic for that person.
Oh, he's like, write a specific
person. Just make up a hot topic.
I was just gonna say like, thank you for the support or something. I was like, do you want me to write a story about them? I was like, okay, I gotta research that every person.
No, you make up a person.
Oh, okay. Well, that's tricky too because Abdullah, there's two Abdullahs, and what if I get them mixed up and they're like, actually, I'm the Abdullah that likes pink, and that's the Abdullah that likes Pepsi.
You make up a story that this Abdullah stole the identity of that Abdullah, and that canceled.
Oh my gosh, right? Yeah. Anyway, shout out to the two separate Abdullahs on there. We love you. And then also, so not only do you get the handwritten note with your name, it's the producer credit name. We actually have 2 stickers for you guys. Yeah, you got excited. I don't know if that was real excitement or just hype. Okay, so this is the Moses is my homeboy sticker. You actually get the cutout type, like my ones. This one is kind of like a square, but you get the cutout one. So just imagine that cutout right there. And yeah, we love a Moses is my homeboy sticker.
And this one, I mean, you made this one was it a year ago? Yeah.
Yeah. We did it a year ago. People love the shirt.
And
now you can get a sticker form of it. Moses is my homeboy. And you also get a Just Trish sticker. It's kind of just a little hodgepodge. I didn't know what to put as the bonus, so...
It's holographic.
Yeah.
Like, wow, that's why I gasped. It's like a shiny Pokemon card or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want a Just Trish sticker, you can put it on your laptop. I like when people put them on their laptops. I think it's cute. Yeah, it's holographic. It's pretty cute. I didn't really know. Next month, you'll get a little maternity card for me for my maternity shoot. But this month is some cool stickers. So I don't know. We've had these stickers for a while. I thought they're fun to just throw in there. I don't know if any of that entices you. But, once again, collect them all. I have a little binder full of little stickers and gifts and all the stuff that we give out. And it's really fun. So go to patreon.com/justtrish, patreon.com/justtrish. The Just Trish cups are completely sold out now officially. So,
wow.
Yeah. Wow. Thank you, guys. It's kind of crazy because when it came out, I had a sponsorship on my socials that I couldn't post anything else. So like on TikTok and Instagram, I had my Elf Cosmetics little campaign. And so I couldn't post for like 24 hours. I don't know if I can't or I just don't because I just want that post to do well. So I couldn't even really post these on my main. I was just doing it on my Just Trish Pod Instagram. And then obviously on this, and they sold out. So yay, I hope you guys like them. I don't think we'll stock these. I think we will do a new batch. I think I'd do the light pink one. And I also think maybe like a black one that with the Just Trish logo behind you. Because that's like so iconic too. Yeah. And it goes with our shirts. And we have shirts coming in May. I don't know if they're going to come before or after the baby. We don't know what's coming first. It depends on the boat from India or something like that. So hopefully the boat makes it here safely. I think our luck would be the boat misses somehow and we just can't get the shirts, which would be devastating because it's literally been since August that we've been making the shirts and hoodies. We've been trying to work custom overseas just to keep the cost down and also, but the quality is so good, the soft, and it's like all these sparkly things. Like it's an amazing hoodie. Like it's kind of gagged. The shirts are cute too. Those are really affordable, but the hoodie's gagged. Like the hoodie is like fully, what's it called? Fully loaded. Like it's fully loaded. It's so unique and different. I'm actually so excited about it. I can't wait to show everybody. I haven't even showed you, I don't think.
I know. I haven't seen them.
There's a lot. There's a lot going on in the best way. Just sparkly and sequiny. It's just really, really cute and fuzzy and just, I'm excited. So that's coming. But yeah, these are out. So if you got these, one and done, and then but we'll probably do like a collection because they are pricey. We heard you guys. It is pricey because we do work with Blinged Up who like hand stones each thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's not each one is handmade. There's nothing mass produced about
Yeah.
the cups.
Usually get mass produced in there. You can see there's like, like glue or whatever. So it is like more of a collector's thing, but we have affordable stuff.
My
coming.
mom stole mine because she loved it so much.
Really?
Yeah. And then, but she said she was wanting to buy one for herself, like not just Trish one because she didn't know they existed, but like a blinged up like Stanley Cup or something. And the girl that she was going to buy from was charging like $300.
Yeah.
So they actually get really expensive.
No, they actually they do. So I thought this was like pretty reasonable for. I think our oversharing one sold for like $400. I don't know. It was like my mom put them up on my Poshmark and they sold right. I was like, well, let's not do $400. We don't need to get crazy. But yeah. So we just thought it'd be cute. But yeah, the bling is kind of everything, and we'll do more limited edition ones of this. But yeah, shout out, and I love blinged up. So anything I can do with her is fun. So fun all around. And one more shout out about me. Rolling Stone. I'm so excited. So I even showed you. I like went to Barnes & Noble, bought all of them. Moses was very busy this morning, so I had my makeup artist come. I'm like, can you come take pictures of me in here? She was so sweet. She did.
Give me one.
Huh? You want close up of it? Yeah. Whoa. Should I sign one? I want to give one away, but I don't know how you do giveaways anymore. I know you can't, right? Like you can't give away stuff on YouTube.
You can.
But you can't ask for comments. Like how do you do it, right? You like
I think you
because that's like getting engagement.
I think you can because people usually do the giveaways like you comment down below and then there's like a random generator that pulls from the comments.
And that's not like just trying to like the algorithm, right? It's like being comments so we get an algorithm. Okay.
Yeah.
I want to give one of these away because I got so many of them. Yay, there it is. The uncancelable Trisha Paytas. That should be the name of my podcast, is the uncancelable. That's good. I like that one. And it's also manifesting never being canceled again. So thank you so much, the uncancelable. But as we said last episode, it was through a lot of hard work that I've become uncancelable. A lot of work on myself and thousands of dollars on therapy. And Moses and a baby. Have a baby and be saved. Honestly, they do change you though. Not even whatever. I know there was some question. Honestly, this article could be like Trisha Paytas is like the stain on America, and I'd be like, wow, I'm in the magazine. Like, I don't care. Because at first I was like, ooh, I don't know if I like this article because it wasn't like, it wasn't all just like Trisha's amazing. And I was kind of like, oh, and then it like mentions, people that I don't want to be associated with anymore. But it's Rolling Stone, so I was like, I guess I'll give an interview. I should have said more, actually. I should have given a juicier interview. Why can't I find it? I'm like scrolling through here, just trying to. I was so excited because I didn't think I was in this one. I thought Blackpink was on the cover, so I was like looking for that. And then I just really love being in print. I think this is the first time I've gone to a store and could find myself in a magazine. Because we looked for the New York one, and that wasn't in LA, or we couldn't find it anyways. They sent me a copy, but I think Rolling Stone said they were actually going to send me copies, but I couldn't wait. I love it. I can't believe it. I was so excited. I never thought I'd be in a magazine ever in my life. And here I am, 35, eating Cheetos in a bra. Good bra, by the way. It fits, usually doesn't fit. But shout out to EJ Dixon for wanting to do an article about me. And being relatively nice, because she does those hard-hitting ones. She does the JoJo, the David. I was like, okay. She made a name as, oh my God, I didn't even know the headline. She made a name, sorry, this is like so exciting to me. She made a name as the internet's biggest troll. Are those days finally behind her? Interesting. That's so interesting that like people see me that way as like being a troll. Like that's what like I'm known for.
Well, I mean,
in the past, I don't think I'm like that big. I mean, right?
Back in the day,
really,
people always remember the first thing.
Yeah,
like the reason. Like,
I feel like I did something before trolling.
Kim Kardashian sex tape. Really, is that what she is now? No,
right? I mean,
but
yeah, she tries to fight it, but it's like kind of. But she actually doesn't. She like brings it up every chance. That's me. Like, yes, I used to troll, but I changed my ways. That's funny. You know what? I really didn't think about that. Like, truly, I did it for attention, obviously, but like, I never think of like. That's what I'm known for. I would think like eating or being fat or something, but people are like, she's a troll.
I think like Moses said, it's like the first thing that makes like the come up, like that's the most thing that stays in people's minds. And obviously the eras ensue after, but
right.
It's like that one where people will discover you, I feel like stays in their mind for a bit.
Which trolling video did you discover me on? Let me know below. Cause like, what is it that broke it? What is like, ooh, because also I like did a lot of like crying on the floor videos and stuff like that. And like, are those considered trolling or what's considered trolling? Like, I don't even know.
Well, the one I think I first saw of you was the Do Dogs Have Brains? I think that was the first.
That's like OG. No one ever brings that up. And I wish they would because that one's fun. That's like cute and satire. The ones people bring up are so heavy. I was like, okay. Like, damn. But I feel like that was a cute one.
Yeah, but I remember I thought it was serious at first. And I was little, I think. When was that? I was like in high school. Like
probably. I mean, that was probably like 2010,
Yeah,
2011.
I must have been like a freshman in high school or something. So I like loved dogs. So I was like, oh my God, of course dogs have brains. You know what I mean?
I got
you. You did.
That is so, I never thought of it because to me, those are so obvious. You know what I mean? So I always think that's like so funny because I'm like, that's so obvious to me. That's like a troll,
But like early days of YouTube, especially like younger people, when I feel like when it was newer and there's like younger people on it, everyone thought everything was for real. You know what I mean? Same with reality TV. It was like, oh, it's on TV. It has to be real, you know?
Oh, that's such a good
might be
perspective.
not even just the troll. It's like the phenomena. You were probably the first people remember doing that. You know what I mean? Like you
before there was a name. I invented
not just the
trolling.
internet, but trolling.
People keep saying that a lot. Like, you invented. Who else told us that recently? At the meeting, they're like, you invented the internet. Also, Tiana signed with an agency this week. Did you see that on her podcast?
No.
She's like, I signed with my first agency ever. They never wanted me. I was like, oh my God, me too. Are we with the same one? But yeah, at this agency, they were like, where was I going?
Invented the internet.
Oh yeah, they said, was it there or somewhere else? I was like, you like invented the internet.
Yeah.
You keep saying that. Love that. Anyways, yes, we love the trolling, the cute trolling. Anyways, that's actually so funny. I remember the first time, like, I didn't know it was trolling, but like I remember the first time like people believed me and I thought I was getting too far and too out of hand was when I said I was voting for Mitt Romney, like I don't know, whenever he ran, like 2008 or I don't know.
I remember that too.
Yeah, and I remember it got picked up by like the Young Turks were talking about me every episode, and Larry King, they wanted me to come on his show. I think I did an interview with him, like a digital show he did, and I was just like, oh my God, is this like too far? Like, because I was like young. I was like 20 or something, and I was like super young. And that to me was obviously trolling too, where I was like, I love Mitt, and I'm voting for him because it rhymes with my kitten, Mitt. Like, I was something so stupid. And the Young Turks hated me. Like, every episode, the woman was coming for me. The what's his name? Unger?
Shunk?
Uger? I don't know. We're not making fun of the name. I just don't know how to say it. Unger Chank.
It looks like...
Unger Chank. Anyways, it's Hassan's uncle. Did you know that?
No.
Just call him uncle.
Yeah.
Uncle.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's why I was kind of saying uncle, but I think it's like Unger Chank or something. He was coming for me but the girl was like making fun of my makeup every episode. Oh my God, this dummy with makeup. I was like, this is so funny. And it was funny, but also scary. And I was just like, oh my God, I think I'm getting too deep into this. And I think I was even brought on after debates. Like, I think it was it must have been Larry King or something, but someone would bring me on after the debates. I don't know. Someone find it. It was on the Oracle Network. And that's what it was. It was called Oracle. I think it was Larry King was on there, and they would after each debate, every presidential debate, they would have me come on and commentate. I'm not kidding, and it's like such a blur where I'm like, did that happen? No, but it did, and I was like, it was.
We should do that again this year. We're heading
Let
to
me
election
not.
year.
I am out.
We'll
I bow
go.
out.
Just Trish live in the debate.
Never. Muzz is always like, you should just say like nothing. Like, don't say you don't vote either because people get mad at. I like to just say I'm a dummy. I know nothing about politics. Like, I just like to say that and reiterate that because I always have been. I have no idea what I'm talking about. I don't know. It's ignorant. It's whatever. Privilege. Whatever. I don't know. I'm really, really dumb. That's what I would ask Hassan. I'd be like, do you think everyone should vote even if they're dumbasses? Because I don't think so. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think you want me voting for real because I really just don't know anything. Because I know there's different people doing different things out there. Like some people, the people who want gay marriage may also want abortion or something. I don't know, right?
Yeah, I am not very good at politics either. Like one of my brothers is, and he was kind of the one. I'm very like you. Like I was just cared about like pop culture stuff. Like I was voting for like American Idol. Like that's when I was like, rock the boat, American Idol.
Rock the boat for Idol.
But my brother had to just tell me like what to vote for because we have like very similar like beliefs and stuff. So he'd be like, okay, like if you believe in this, you have to vote for this person. I'm like, got it. Like you just tell me what to do and I'll do it.
But that's not even true. Sometimes you see stuff about like liberals like being anti-gay and stuff, and you think the liberals like it because. I was given advice like 2 years ago, and I was like, I don't know. I'm a dummy. I don't know who to vote. And they're like, well, if you don't know, just vote liberal. But I'm like, what if they, you know what I mean? I don't know. I know we don't like Trump. I don't know who we vote for. I don't know. Someone changed their name to legally. Did you see that to anyone else?
Oh, yeah.
Anyone else. And they're like, we'll vote for that, which would be crazy if they won. I actually see myself getting into politics for real, like when I'm a little older, like 40. And like, truly, because I feel like the presidents are like the royal family over here where they kind of just are a symbol and they maybe are not do you know what I mean? Like, is Biden making the decisions? No, it's like the little houses around him, right? Like it's the electoral college and this and, so I just need to be there and then like push what's important, like feeding America, feeding, the world, like, that kind of stuff, the people who are starving. Because honestly, like, I just don't understand how we're not feeding people, but that's a whole other thing. But I just really feel there's other people around making the decisions, right? Politics, like it's other people.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not what it seems. And politics,
he's not like,
Yeah, the way we see it, politics is designed to divide people, and we're just not part of that.
Yeah, we are not part of the division. We're part of the Univision. And I see myself running like for real. Like I could just, have the right people around, and just be like, okay, you. Everyone's gay. You can have sex in what room was that? Like whatever room, the Congress room.
Oh yeah, the Senate wing.
Yeah, but maybe we could have like a little side for them to do that, so that way it's like sanitary too,
Yeah, and like more consensual. You don't want to walk in on something.
Yeah, that's wild. But anyways, I guess I'm still trolling because they had me hold a teacup. And she told me to, the photographer, who I love, by the way, she was really great. She's like, I want to do something. She wanted me to wear like a queen outfit, but they didn't tell me in advance. I'm like, if you told me in advance, I would have worn a queen thing. But again, this was before all the misfortunes of the recent.
Yeah,
I thought it was cute because it's been like a year and a half since the queen, but then I was like, eesh, and then all this happened. So, but,
yeah, like you said this beginning of the episode, if something doesn't work out, it's
yes, you're right. You're very much right, because that would have been a whole other thing.
Yes.
I'm not commenting on the royal family anymore. I wish them all well. Go get your Rolling Stone. I'm literally like a centerfold. I feel like a Playmate or something like that, because I literally opened it and I was like, oh my God, I thought it was like a little, they do little articles, but that's pretty big.
Yeah, a whole page for your photo. Like on the section before you, all those big artists only have little like half page.
Wait, let me see. Oh, you're right.
Yeah, because I looked at the one before that. Like nobody gets
look at all
that
these little
centerfold.
sections.
Yeah.
There's like 10 sections in there of different people.
Yeah.
Wow, you're right. Look at that.
In comparison.
Wow, you're right. Oh my God. Okay.
It's pretty
And again, on Twitter, they're not promoting anyone else on this. Like all I see them is promoting your article.
Wow, wow. Oh my God. Okay. Wow, that's a highlight of my whole year right there. That's very cool. I still have no idea why they wanted to do that, but that's so nice. Shout out EJ. We love you.
She's funny. She was like, at the end of our little interview, she's like, I feel like we kind of did similar things. And I'm like, I don't think so.
Did she say that to you?
I was like,
but that's nice.
It's very nice. But then again, like watching the interviews of like me and David, I was like, King. And she's like,
right. That's true. Yeah, right. But I like that about your interviews. I think that's why people like you too.
A little fluffier over there at ET.
I love a fluff piece. That's what we try to do here. Lately, though, we've been having so many emotional, and I love it. But you said something too. I think of myself as Wendy, but I think I'm becoming Oprah, where it's just like
you're having a little bit of an Oprah controversy.
Yeah, definitely pre-controversy. Old school Oprah, where she's just a little thicker still. She's drinking Slim Fast to lose weight. She'd be up and down. That's me. No, it's great. Actually, people have been liking those emotional interviews. And it's always really nice. I always really like it. I'm always surprised because I always try to keep it like light and stuff. But when people want to share it, open up, it makes me feel good. I feel like a little. I was going to use the word auntie because I keep thinking of Jackie Ann and she does not want to be called auntie. Oh, yeah. But I get it. I totally get what she's saying, and she's like younger than me and stuff like that. But I kind of there was a girl on TikTok called Auntie. Remember, was it Auntie Amanda or something? And it was like during quarantine, and she'd make like little peppers, and she'd like sit down and talk to you as if she was your auntie. I like the term auntie, first of all.
Peppers and cream cheese? Was that it?
Oh, yeah, the pepper and cream cheese. Yeah. And I just like the term auntie because I always called them aunts. If I had an Aunt Julie, Aunt Melody, like I called them aunts. What did you call them?
Just by their name. Sometimes Tia, but
really?
Not often, yeah.
I love a Tia. That's cute. This is your Tia. I think that's super cute, or a Tio. We used to call the women managers, like the bartenders at our strip club, Tia.
Oh, really?
I thought that was their name. I always thought, I'm like, wow, there's a lot of Tias. And I guess that's their auntie, but we call them Tia. And they always hooked me up because if I couldn't, I worked in a predominantly Spanish, speaking, clientele strip club. And if I couldn't speak Spanish or translate, they would do it for me. I had no idea what they were saying, but they'd always get me, more bang for my buck. And oh, you can just come out after 2 minutes. I was like, are you sure? What did you say? But then I feel like they kind of, made me see I would do more because then they're like, if they touch you, you can leave. And then they, everyone when I'm touching you. And you're just like, and they're like, it's fine. I was like, what did you say? But they were great. And they were Tia. And I'd always give them, more than the normal tip. I would give them, a 30% tip because they would always give me dances because I was too shy to ask. I would never want to ask dances. I think I know a little Spanish. I think it's bailar is dance.
Yeah.
Bailar. Caliente. Bailar caliente, papi. I think that's all I knew Spanish there. That's when I learned the Farsi too, because we had a lot of Farsi speakers, and that was when I learned the Duse Derum, and that's I love you. And I spoke it to someone. I spoke it to Tara, and she was very impressed by that. I was like, I learned it in the strip club. Shout out Godfathers. It was Van Nuys and Canoga Park. I don't know if they're still there.
They are still there.
No way. How do you know?
Because
You drive by it?
Yeah, all the time.
No way. I wonder what it's like.
I know. The outside always looks a little odd.
Probably, yeah.
Probably
it's exactly a little sketch.
Yes.
Sketchy ones for sure. Because they had fancy, exposed down the street at Canoga Park. And then they had the fancy Spearmint Rhino Van Nuys. I don't know if that's still there.
I don't know if that one's there
That was bouge. And I just had both of those before I went to Godfathers. And I was told I was too fat or whatever. So if you're feeling ugly or fat, go to Godfathers. They will hire you. And let me tell you though, that clientele appreciates you for sure. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they were so into it. And I actually preferred their working than like competing with like implanted girls, like super skinny. Cause I was like, there's types for everybody, but like, I just don't think like they get it. Like the Godfathers we were making bank over there, and I wasn't that cute, but it was there.
Right.
I wasn't. I had the lopsided. I wasn't no implants. It was a lot happening, but we actually had really good managers and owners, and I really liked it. I just didn't like the actual dancing part. I didn't like being like dancing, touched. I was a lot skinnier back then because I was moving a lot. But anyways, people always think I'm like lying. But there's dancers I work with that have come out about it. It's a weird thing to lie about. But Godfathers is the place. I don't know if anyone's still there.
Do they have good food, like strip clubs?
Well, not mine, because the full nude, you can't serve alcohol or food.
Oh, really?
People say that, like in Atlanta, they're like, oh my God, but I go for the wings. I would love to go if they had good food, but...
That's what I heard too. I've heard people say the food is good there, like at strip clubs.
Maybe you have to go to like Vegas or Atlanta. I don't think they serve any here. Like even Crazy Girls, that's just topless, and I think they just do alcohol. But I didn't have any alcohol either. So like literally guys came in and you had to get like Pepsi or Coke or something like that. Yeah. I was like, dang. I mean, granted they probably come after, but I would work like noon to like 8 sometimes, and like I'm like, people would come in at like noon, and I'm like, this is so...
When I drive by, like and it's early, I'm like, oh, people are like really here early.
Go in, boots on the ground, see what it's like now. I would love...
I can imagine. I've never been to a strip club. The only thing I've been to is like Thunder from Down Under, which hardly counts, I think.
Oh, that's fun. And that's like production.
Yeah.
That's like showgirls, like, you know, where you're top. Like, that's production, so it's like so cool. Plus, they don't get like fully naked.
No, but that's what I was like going and expect. I was expecting to see some meat, but there was
they don't show. I wonder if there is any male. Oh, there's the puppetry of the penises. Have you seen that one?
No.
I remember Shane told me about it. When
I went to Vegas for Tana and Jake Paul's wedding, my hotel was next to that though.
And you didn't go?
No, I did. I remember when I went with my friends for like, maybe it was like 21st birthday or something. And they do have like full nude for men, but it's like very off the strip. Like you have to take a shuttle to go.
And you didn't go?
No, because my friends didn't want to. Because they were like, you know, I feel like they were a little scared about it.
That's
there was
so
girlfriends. So I feel like if I had gay friends that went with me, it would be like,
for sure. Yeah. Oh, I think when I was single, I would have loved to have seen... I don't know what it is. Like, last time people were like, oh my God, Trisha, not finding something, the penis attractive or whatever. Okay, like, sue me. But it's kind of... There's something fun about watching the guys do it, because it's like, you always see girls doing it.
Yeah, I don't think I would be like turned on at a strip club with like schlongs like wagging around.
Yeah.
But it would be like, I don't know, it'd be a weird, entertaining, like hoo-hoo, hee-hee.
That's why I would want to see puppetry of the penis, because they like make like little puppets. Like they do pets
like
and
origami.
Animals. Yeah. Which is
crazy.
wild. It's crazy. Yeah, it's definitely something not like sexual, but I think that would be, I don't know. They should have more of those. I don't know.
I know in like South America they do, but it's like, I think there it gets a little wild. And
well, South America sounds
and like
wild.
Spain and stuff. I know that there's, maybe Europe in general, but they like
more free.
Have the like male strip clubs and they go like full nude, but then it's like, it's a little wild because you can just like do whatever. Yeah. That's a little much for me.
It's a little much for me too. I once was accidentally, when I was like 20, in this like, I guess it was like I don't know, Corn. It was a Corn movie, which I didn't know. I was like background. They just basically were paying you like such a high rate. It was when I was on LA Casting. It was like $1,500 for like, I don't know, 8 hours of work, but they paid cash. And I was like, oh my God, absolutely. Because back then it was like usually $64 for 8 hours. So I was like, $1,500, yes. And it was to be background. And it was like a male strip club. This was like Jimbo's on Hollywood, I remember. And it was like, yeah, you're gonna watch male strippers, and you're just gonna like be in the audience. I was like, okay, cool. But what they didn't tell us is like there was other corn stars there like filming with them, so they were like just full on. And I didn't know that. So you're like watching, cheering them, and they would go around and these girls would like do stuff with them. And I was like, oh my God, are we supposed to do that? Like it was so embarrassed. It was so awful. It was the worst thing ever. And we didn't. We were just the background people, but like you're still in there. This was before like OF and stuff like that. And I was like, oh my God, that was so embarrassing. It was so awful. Just at the time, because I was like 20 and like that was not my path at the time. So I was just like, oh man. But yeah, I always thought like, oh, is that what male strip clubs are like? Is like you just start doing whatever you want to them. Like, because guys I feel like are a little more lenient than girls. They probably are like, whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
I know in the Vegas one, it's like I remember looking at the website. It was mostly for like women. Like it wasn't gay. It was like a lot of women in the website and advertisements. And then they had like a mechanical bull, but it was like a penis and you can ride it. And it seemed wild.
What?
Yeah.
The audience could ride it?
Yeah. It was like a mechanical bull, like, and like very Saddle Ranch vibes. Yeah. But yeah, it was just like
it's like the Sibian on Howard Stern. Oh my God. That's
it's a little wild.
Yeah. I was like, did they clean it in between?
Well, everyone was clothed. It wasn't like a...
Oh, well, what's the point of that then? So you're just riding a bull or something like that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think maybe for the photo op or,
Too much, maybe. I don't know.
But it is wild. Like, do you remember there was this viral, like, gay corn clip where, like, a girl was eating a salad and then these two guys started going at it and she went, ugh, not in front of my salad.
No.
And she was just, like, an actress. And I'm like, I wonder, did she know what she was getting into? Like, when she signed up for that, like, acting job.
Was it a clip or was it actually for adults?
It was actually for, like, a website. I think, like, men.com or something.
Yeah,
like one of those.
They might have, like... Yeah, they probably just were like, we just need someone to say this. But they should tell you. They did not disclose it to us that it was... I don't think they did. I thought it was like adult film. I'm sure they didn't because I would not have signed up for it at the time. So yeah, she probably didn't know. She probably was just like, okay.
She like, and they didn't do anything in front of her. I think like they were just like making out or whatever in the background. And she ate the salad. She's like, not in front of my salad. And then I think she walked off. But it is still wild. Like if you don't know.
Yeah, I did another one too. I did a Jaws corn.
Jaws? The shark?
Yes. And it was on the beach and they paid a lot too. It was like $500. But I think I knew at that time. I think that was like 24. And I think they told us that you're in the background. You didn't see anything going on, but obviously they were filming something in front and you couldn't really see. I was just like in the background. I might have been topless for that. I don't know. I can't remember. But I did a lot of weird stuff and a lot of times they don't tell you. And when you're desperate for money, you're like, okay. Because in my early 20s, I was like, that's never going to be me. I do not want to be on film like doing that stuff. But yeah. It was interesting. Anyways, our past in corn. And now, well, you thought about going to the strip club.
Yeah, true.
Right, just mine. Sorry, we should clarify that so you don't get disbarred from any further jobs, journalists investigating. I can't wait for your one we saw too, your first piece on ET. That was so cute too, where you were talking about Taylor Swift.
Oh yeah, I've lived a lot of lives that even I kind of forgot about. I'm like, oh my god,
it's cute. I love going down memory lane because I haven't seen any of that stuff, and I was like, oh, this is so cute. Speaking of Taylor Swift, not that's Hot Topics, but we watched the Eras tour. Malibu turned on the Eras tour yesterday.
Cute.
So weird. She loves to like play with the remote, and we always watch Cocomelon or something. I don't even know how she switched from Cocomelon to the Eras tour. Like, what app is that on? Like, how did she? Because we weren't on YouTube, but we were on like a kids thing, and
I
then
guess it's on Disney Plus.
It's on Disney
right?
Plus, yeah.
Oh, well, that makes sense. Okay. So we were on there. I don't know. We were watching something, and all of a sudden, I was like, what is this? And we're watching Era, so we watched like the first like 20 minutes of it. We had a lot of critiques on it, so we won't go into it too hard. But me and Moses were critiquing it. I'm like, oh my god, it's so funny how people are like that on the couch. And I think it's fine if you're on the couch. I think when you go to the internet and you start like being weird about it, but
but the side of that, I mean, the production is amazing. I said like it doesn't matter if you like the artist or not. Seeing such a production is an experience.
Yeah,
like it's just amazing.
No, the production was good. We were like critiquing, like, oh, that's really good actually.
My nephew also did that too. That's funny. Like he
flipped it too.
Yeah,
oh,
and he's 4, and then my brother was like, he's like, wow, I'm not her friend, but I like her.
Oh, wow.
And then he started drumming. Like he wants to be her drummer. And wow. I had no involvement in it either. I've never tried to influence him to like Taylor Swift.
No
so
way.
It was very cute to
Something
hear
about
that.
the kids.
Yeah.
Is he a good drummer? Has he drummed? Or he just did
so.
it?
He likes the drums and he also likes the triangle and the trumpet. Those are his like instruments of choice.
Percussion
right now.
is the triangle. I like that. He could be a percussion. I was in percussion, so he could be a percussionist. I actually was. I played snare drum. Yeah, she was good. It's interesting. I've never seen her perform ever. So I was like, oh, that's so interesting. It's crazy. First of all, the amount of people that like love her and stuff, and it's amazing, but a little stiff.
Yeah, she's not like a choreo girl. Like,
yeah,
she's in her own lane. That's why, like, over the summer, the Beyonce comparisons were so silly to me because they were like so different. Like Taylor is just more like it's kind of like even though it's so big, it's like a personal kind of thing. Like she wrote the song, she's like taking people back like through the stories of the songs, and then Beyonce is like, I watched her movie and it's like nonstop, like dancing, action, crazy. The transitions, it's like nonstop.
It's like you can't compare the two.
It's so different.
It's like apples and oranges. Yeah, she was. I always love before each song she introduces. She's always just like, "Wow, all of you here tonight, you got me feeling like I'm the man."
She's so literal. That's my sister. She's like so literal. When she acts out, she's like, it's always like, fever dream high in the quiet of the night. You know that I caught it. Bad boy, shiny toy with the price. You know that I bought it.
That's great.
Killing me slow out the window. It's like so literal.
You nailed it.
Yeah.
It was so funny because I'd never seen her perform.
You immediately see 13-year-old girls.
Yes.
Acting. Like she really, for me, she was like Miss Rachel for teenagers.
Oh my God, I can't say that. I was like, I don't see Miss Rachel when I see this, but okay. Yeah, but I get what you're saying because it is like relatable. It's something you can do, like the movements and like Beyonce. You look and you're like, who can do that? It's like Michael Jackson or something. It's like you can't do that move. But like Taylor Swift, I can do this. Yes, for sure. Yeah, it was interesting. I liked it. It was interesting. I liked it. It was good. It was good. We only watched like 30 minutes of it, but we did make it to the Evermore part where Holly was dressed as from last. I was like, this is the look, you know? So, anyways, that was good. And there's no hot topic there, but other than that.
There kind of is because she was on vacation with Travis Kelce last week.
Okay.
And then the photos came out and then everyone was like shaming Travis Kelce because they were on a beach in like, I think the Bahamas. But people were shaming Travis Kelce for like his dad bod, which is crazy because he's like just a stocky, like big football player.
Yeah.
I'm like, if that's the dad bod, then society is really
Did you see
messed up. Yeah, he looked really good. I mean, he's not like ripped, like shredded. It's just like different kind of muscular, you know?
It's like if you're soft, it's like dad bod.
Yeah, which is like so not the case at all. Like, it's kind of crazy. But then a study came out, ironically by Planet Fitness, that like over 70% of women prefer dad bod over like a ripped.
I believe that.
Me too.
Ripped is like nice. It's never something that I'm like, oh wow. I think it's more of like, oh, that's impressive. I don't think that's ever like, it's like someone who's like really, really skinny. It's like, oh, that looks good. It's like not for everyone. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah, and a lot of it too is that they think like a ripped shredded is like associated with higher testosterone so that they can be like moodier is where the studies found.
Interesting.
That
makes sense.
They're more likely to cheat if they're like very ripped muscular because maybe they just have more options. But 75% of women that they polled prefer the dad bod.
I believe it. There was something else I saw a statistic about like, or maybe it was some guy on TikTok, but he was saying like how like the really hot girls are like less likely to cheat because they can have anybody and they chose to be with you as opposed to someone who like isn't like hot or something like that or like, you know, more undesirable. They're more likely to cheat because they're not used to attention. So when they get attention, which I could see that for sure. I mean, I've never cheated, so maybe I'm the hot girl they're talking about, but but I could see that. I don't know. There's also some random guy probably on TikTok saying that, so he might not know. He's just trying to say you could have the hot girl, but I don't know, like what constitutes a dad bod? Like if it's not ripped as a dad bod, it's fine. Like if Travis Kelce's a dad bod, then yeah, I prefer a dad bod.
To me, Travis Kelce is just like he's very muscular and like he's very fit, but I guess just not six pack. I don't. There has to be some kind of distinction.
Yeah.
Because even like the survey that they did, it was like a bouncy belly is the new six pack. I'm like, I don't know if Travis Kelce has a bouncy belly, but
and
okay.
That's the other thing. It's so dysmorphia with people who think they have bellies. Like most of them, my belly, and it's like so firm. It's like literally like if he eats, it just like comes out. I'm like a belly. I could show you a belly before. It's like so. It's like jiggly and like flabby, and there's like whatever. It's like if you just have like a little bit and it's like firm. I'm like that's like just eating. Like you just eat and blow. You know what I mean? Yeah. And he's always like my belly. I was like that's not a belly. Like a belly is like a belly, and like those are hot too. Whatever. I love John Goodman. Like great, but like. The distinction and like the blurred lines of it is making everyone have like dysmorphia, I feel. I wish they would have had like Travis Kelce types on like football players on the drag race this last week because they had the guys from what was it,
RuPaul's Drag Race Live in Las Vegas.
Yeah. They had the dancers, which they were good. Obviously, they were so good. But I was like, God, I would love to see them do like football player drag makeovers or something. Yeah, that would have been so cool. That was one of my favorite episodes. Though I really liked that episode where they had to do makeovers to the guys. I was like, oh, so cool.
I know. I love a makeover challenge. It's always fun.
So good. I loved it. It was amazing. All the queens are amazing. I got back into it. I was kind of over it, and now I'm kind of back into it. But yeah, I love it. Morphine's the best on that challenge. She should have won. I felt bad. Maybe like the lip sync, they were pretty equal, but that challenge, she was so good.
I know. I love Morphine too. I think the top four was kind of just like, I feel like going into it, they kind of knew the top four. Yeah.
Those have always been the top four, but she slayed that challenge, and I loved it so much.
She won over the hearts of the fans, though, and I feel like that's the most important thing.
Yeah, because I was never like team Morphine, and then like towards the end, I was kind of like, oh, she's actually so good, and she does dance so well. Her body's amazing. Her makeup skills are great. I thought the makeover was wonderful. She had a good partner.
And her personality is just so likable.
Yeah.
You know? She kind of reminds me like when she's doing the interview, she gives me Manny MUA vibes, like this the talking. I can never get it out of my head like the honey, like the way that they talk, like the cadence that they talk is like
I can see that.
Very similar. Like when she's doing like the talking head like interviews with like the pink
I love those. I love when they do it. They always wear the same clothes though. I wish they would change it up like that. I guess they do them all in one day or what?
They do them like at the end of the week, I think, is what I heard.
And you just have to wear the same thing.
Same outfit, yeah. I guess just for continuity.
That's weird. If they do different times, you should have them do different outfits.
I know. But I also appreciate Morphine because even in like the talking head interviews, like full beat, the highlight, the blush.
Gorge. Love everything. She's amazing and wonderful. And I was actually really sad to see her go. But I love Saphira, so I was like, oh God, it's so hard.
Thank
like,
God,
yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Saphira did not slay the challenge. And I would always say, like, she'll slay a challenge, but she did not slay that challenge.
Yeah.
So she knew it. But I think that guy was a dancer in one of my music videos. I have to look it up. I think the one that she had Mark, I think he was in my Christmas Sucks video. Like, it literally looked just like him. And I was like, I know it would have been like a long time ago, that video, but I want to say that was him. I was like, that looks so familiar.
Wow.
But they were all great. We love that. Anyways, there's Hot Topics this week.
I have another Rebel Wilson update because we enjoyed talking about her so much
I
last
know.
week.
We should talk about it because I feel like there was some updates even to the story after where, okay, yeah.
Well,
she has more to say.
Yeah. I had a whole different chapter of the book.
Did you read it? Is it out?
No, there's been like excerpts that have come out. Another like reveal that she did in the book was that she lost her virginity at 35.
Oh.
And she wanted to like take the pressure off of late bloomers who like lose their virginity later in life because when she was like 24, 25, like all her friends were talking about losing their virginity and like referring to 24 being like late to lose it. Like, oh my God, I'm so late to losing my virginity. I lost it at 24. And then she had to like talk her way out of talking about.
Oh, right. She would just like excuse herself in the conversations. That is wild.
I know.
Did she say if it was by choice or she just was picky or?
I don't think it was like not necessarily her choice. I feel like she never really had like the opportunity to do it. Yeah. And she felt kind of embarrassed about losing it so late.
And then did you tell someone at 35 I'm a virgin like before?
Good question.
Is it exciting at that age to be like, I'm a virgin? I used to tell people I was when I wasn't. And I was like, oh yeah, you know, because they'd be like weird, I don't know, perverts. I'd be like, oh my God, so excited. I don't know, whatever. But I wonder if you tell someone to like let them know.
That's a good question. I don't know. I think if I were her, I think I would be kind of like shy to say that. I would just not bring it up at all. Maybe.
But you probably will see. My first time, I didn't tell the person, whatever. It wasn't really like by choice, but the first time, you know, like I guess they thought I was a virgin, but then like I bled everywhere and they're like, oh my God, you bled. And I was like, well, I didn't know you bleed. So I think they would know if you don't tell them. They'll be like, oh, why did you bleed everywhere?
That's true. I didn't think about that element of the woman biology.
Are guys not like that?
I don't think so.
There's no, what is it, hymen? I think that's what it's called.
There's no hymen back there. I'm pretty sure I'm actually positive. Actually, the more I think about it.
Really?
Yeah.
Why do they have it for the girl then?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I know you could like break your hymen
yourself, right?
Yeah, or riding a horse, I think too.
Oh, really? Or like a bike, I heard too.
Oh,
right.
I mean, I rode a lot of bikes.
And yeah,
I didn't.
Did you ride a lot of horses?
No.
Oh, there you go. That explains
I guess
it.
horses are more. I wonder why they have it and why does it break?
And yeah, like what's the biological significance of it? I have no idea.
Interesting, just to shame you.
Sometimes I feel like we should have like a scientist, just like phone a friend on like Who Wants a Millionaire or something. Like we have a scientist like hotline or something.
That's almost like a doctor, I think. I don't know if a scientist does.
Right.
Call Dr. Drew. I feel like he knows everything.
Yeah.
We're supposed to have him on again soon. We'll ask him what a hymen does.
We need to start making a list of questions.
Yeah,
actually,
I'm gonna have I have so many questions for him. I have more like medical questions. Was he a medical doctor?
I have no idea.
I think he is because he talks a lot about medicine and stuff. I feel like he's a medical doctor too.
I'm sure there's some crossover though. Like he has to know about, because especially with like addiction and stuff, and like you have to know about drugs and all that stuff.
Because I remember when I gave birth, I said I was like bleeding a lot afterwards, and he like DM'd me and he's like, oh, you know, you might want to get it looked at. It might be this or it's common. Like I felt like he knew a lot about a woman's body. That's why I want him on again. I was like, I have a lot of questions, Dr. Drew.
Well, I mean, online it does say that. In theory, like it doesn't have a purpose, but they think maybe just to keep bacteria and objects out.
Oh, damn. And then you just break it one time once you get bacteria in there. Ew, that's weird. Oh, interesting. So in theory, staying a virgin longer makes you healthier because no bacteria gets in there. I guess that's one benefit of it. I was so pro like keeping virginity for like, I always had people who did that for a long time. It was like cool. But I don't know. What are your thoughts? I don't know. I couldn't imagine.
I'm kind of similar. Like when I was younger, I was like, "Oh, you should never have sex until like you
found the one."
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. But then, especially like when you're bigger, I feel like, and everyone else is having sex, you're like, "Oh my God, I'm really missing out." So when did I?
That's an interesting layer to the Rebel Wilson.
Yes, exactly. Right. I like as another like growing up big. It's like it's hard. It's a challenge.
Yeah, it is. It is. And you don't think anyone will want to have sex with you. And you question when you're going to be like naked.
Yes,
and
very that. I can't even really remember when I lost my virginity.
What?
Either.
Really?
Yeah. I think I was kind of like, because she said she was talking to her friend who was 23 at the time. And then she said, I just had sex to get it over with. And Rebel was embarrassed by that because she still wouldn't have sex. I think I was similar to that. I was like, I just need to get it over with.
Totally. Yeah, I feel that way too. Yeah. I thought the more experience was like kind of better.
Yeah. Especially in gay world, because I feel like gay culture is like, especially single gay culture, it's very much like driven by sex sometimes.
Yeah.
So definitely in college, I must have been like maybe 23, 22.
Okay, so that's like,
wait, no, I had my own apartment. Yeah. Okay. So actually, yeah, I had to be like 23.
Oh, you got the own apartment. You're like, come on over. I got my own place.
Yeah.
I guess that's true. If you're like living with your parents, it might be like weird.
I remember the guy was like, I don't know if he had a home. He might have been.
That's me with every sexual encounter in my 20s. Not sure if he had a place to stay.
Literally,
they showered there.
Yes.
Before I go to work, can I shower? I was like, okay.
I made him chicken nuggets. I remember.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was so hospitable.
I know. It really was. I don't even remember like how. I must have met him on like an app or something, but I remember he was like skinny, and I was like, oh my God, like I was like shocked by it, you know what I mean? Like, because he was like tall, skinny, blonde, like skater kind of guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's always, I think in general, like skinny or fit, like they are attracted to, it's not to say it's not possible. That's why that show Mike and Molly was unbelievable to me. It's like, I've never had like fat guys be attracted to me or vice versa. Like there's never been a fat guy that's hit on me or like asked me out or wanted to date, and kind of same, you know what I mean? But I think you see a lot of bigger guys with small girls, and then kind of like, yeah, there's a lot of skinny guys or, you know, whatever with bigger partners. I think it's usually like one or the other. I don't know, maybe not. I think it's good if you, whatever, skinny, fat, whatever. But I think but you know what I think, honestly, as a fat person is like, and like I've been fat my whole life, never been skinny, unlike you. You've been skinny.
Like
skinny privilege. Yeah. You had a skinny era. You are skinny now. Like literally look at you from like high school. I was like, oh, you're like skinny now. Anyways, besides the point. I've always been fat. And I feel like it is kind of like, I don't know, I've never had sex with a fat guy, I don't think. So it's also in my head, just like mechanically thinking about it, it may be hard. You know what I mean? Like, because I have a puffy, and if they have a fupa, I think they're called fupas, fupa to fupa, you might be just bumping fupas. Someone's got to get in there. You know what I mean? So I think if you just have big bellies, big fupas, and you're just together with the fupas, like I don't think it's gonna like hit. Nothing's gonna hit, right? I don't know. I'm thinking scientifically about it, and I think it would be difficult. Or like if I had to get, like, maybe the big guy can't get on top, I'm not getting on top. So we're at a standstill.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm trying to think if I ever hooked up with anyone bigger. I don't know if I have. I don't know
Right.
if I have. Now that you mention it.
I think that's like part of nature and the attraction. It's just like it wouldn't work, so you're not attracted to that.
I don't know. But also the thing is, like, he didn't want to date me. You know what I mean? It was just kind of like a physical thing. That's like the downside of like the.
Did you want to date him?
I probably would have. I mean, it was very sus, the whole thing, because it was like he lived like in maybe like near Bakersfield or something. And he would like randomly. I don't know how we even crossed paths, but he would like randomly be in town. And
he's like, I'm here, check up. Yeah. Bakersfield has so many Arby's. They have like literally 5 Arby's in one town. When we were kind of driving to Vegas, I was like, damn, Bakersfield and Victorville has so many Arby's. We don't have any. Anyways,
we really don't have any Arby's.
No Arby's. I think our closest is Simi or Reseda.
Because I drove past, it was like the shell of an Arby's. Like it got, I don't know.
Here in Thousand Oaks?
And like Canoga Park. I drove past it.
2 shells.
It was like, it had like, you know, the old sign or whatever, but it was all like just worn down, weathered, and just closed.
Ours too. We had one when we first moved here, now it's not there, and it's like really sad.
Tragic.
But I feel like hookups in general are kind of like that. They're kind of like when you're all my mid-20s were just casual, like when you're in town.
Yeah. Although I remember there was one hookup I had where I was convinced that I was gonna like make him date me. Like I was like trying to be cool and like elusive, you know, but it was wild. The single era was actually pretty crazy now that I think about it. Like memories unlock. I remember going to like his apartment and like because he invited me over, but then it was just like a bunch of like gay guys there, and it was like there was like a hookup room or whatever.
Wow,
it was wild. I was like
group stuff happening.
I don't know if it was group, more like people were paired up, but it was just like out in one room. It was like out in the open. You know what I mean?
God, you were at an Eyes Wide Shut party.
Is that what it's
I think, I don't know. I never watched the movie.
Know.
We need to watch that movie. It keeps getting brought up. I think that's what the Hollywood sex parties are. Everyone just has sex in a room together. I don't know. I'm trying to get to the bottom of it.
I was like so naive though, because I was like, oh my God. You know what I mean? I like romanticized it. Oh, he invited me over. I was like, it was like so sweet. I thought he was so cute.
But that happens. Everyone in their 20s,
So
you do.
naive,
You're like,
yeah.
wow, he really likes me. He brought me here.
And meanwhile, I was like talking to him, then he left, and I remember being stuck with like this old guy that was like trying to like put my head in a direction. I was like,
what? Wait,
No.
what? Oh, you were like
Maybe he was
swapping?
trying to pimp you up.
Yeah. Wait, that's okay. I thought
That
they
was
were.
wild.
I thought they were partnered. You guys were partnered together.
I think it was like people were moving around for sure. Because I mean, I went in thinking I was with him, but then I was kind of like past, and then like I remember like the guy was trying to put my head down. I was like,
Oh God,
Maybe it's
I
like
never.
wild swing. Like you have to bring somebody to get in. So maybe
Oh my
he
God.
brought you
he
to
was
get
the
in.
host.
Oh, he was the
Oh, oh. Maybe he invited a lot of people.
I think he did. Yeah, I think I was just very naive.
Oh my God.
Yeah, dating and like as a gay in LA when you're is wild.
I wonder if it's harder because, like, is it the same? Like, when I thought I could turn a hookup into a relationship, like, I do blame the hetero man because they were like, "Oh, I'm going to marry you. I want to have a baby with you." Would they say stuff like that to you?
I was just delusional. I was full blown.
They didn't give you anything because I watched those interviews again. Not to say those people are the ones you hooked up with, but I'm like, they gave a lot. Like, you know what I mean? Even your straight friend, I'm like, you kind of like gave a lot.
True. I think I remember specifically this one. He would just be like, "Oh, you're so cute." It was like very complimentary. Like, "Oh, you're so cute."
Okay.
Like, very much just like affectionate. I think in that way, and also when you're not used to getting like those kind of compliments, like if you're not used to being called cute and stuff,
Yeah.
I think it's easier to get like, "Oh my God, like this is gonna
Of
be the boy,"
course.
you know.
And again, being insecure, if you're like heavier and insecure, I think it's
Totally.
like, that's like the Rebel Wilson of it all. Like, back to her like article, it's like, I think after, maybe the day after or something, or the day of, maybe Moses had told me that Sacha Baron Cohen had said those remarks in front of like a room full of the writers and stuff, like to her. So basically, and then I think recently too, she just came out maybe today or something, she said even more, where he would pick costumes to like degrade her body.
Yeah.
So I think there was more. One, if he's like asking her in front of like a room full of like guys and writers and stuff like that, like that's a whole different thing. Because I was like, I really was like sitting with it because I was like, I don't know if like it's that wrong to ask, but if you're like doing it to like make fun of someone or you're picking outfits, I really want to watch this movie now because I was like, I saw a screen grab of them and she's kind of in something like sexy corset and he's like behind her and I was like, what is this movie about?
Yeah.
Like, what was it? And she's like, it basically was like to degrade her body and they picked out these costumes to do it and to make fun of her physical size. And it's like, was that not in the script? Because you would think you read a script and you're like, as a fat person, you know, I feel like I'm like, okay, I'm going to be a fat joke, especially back then. Like, was it not in the script that she was?
I think that especially the costuming stuff gets a little wild because even like I mean, this is kind of a big bridge, but like with the Quiet on Set, like the kids on the former child stars, you know, they're talking about like, obviously they sign on to the show, but then with the wardrobe, like they're putting all these like uncomfortable outfits that they didn't like, but they still had to wear for the role. So I think with wardrobe, that's like not specifically like clear, you know, I think you get there, then all of a sudden like, this is what you're wearing. And you can be
Right.
like uncomfortable with it.
But how does she know it was like to degrade her weight or make fun of her weight?
I think that was like the vibe of
The set.
scene. Yeah.
Because then I started feeling bad. I was kind of like, well, I guess, yeah, that's kind of. But you know what was weird? TikTok's wild. And I'm not saying TikTok's right, but TikTok was like not on the side of Rebel Wilson, which I was like kind of surprised
Oh.
because they were kind of like, I don't know, they were defending Sasha, which I'm like, look, I'm not a Sasha stan and I would like not defend him, but I was like, that's kind of odd. I don't know. Sometimes what people defend on TikTok, I'm kind of like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I think too. Sasha released like some footage or something because I
Oh.
saw that Rebel replied to like the footage. She was like, okay, he released like the footage of her like going along with it or one of the bits or whatever. But she's like, yeah, but like you're showing that, but you're not showing like all the stuff behind the scenes where I had to
Yeah.
be like convinced and like kind of like, you know, made to think that I had to do this, you know.
Totally. I sympathize with that because it's like the David Dobrik of it all. It's like, oh, we were laughing on camera with it. And it's like, yeah, like at the time you just like go along with it and you think you're like supposed to. But I do think you can feel uncomfortable at the same time. Or you can also have hindsight, which I mean, I know that's like controversial too. Is like, oh, maybe that was like uncomfortable. But that's a tough one. It is tough because I do relate to that situation where it's like, yeah, look at the David stuff. I'm like, God, it's embarrassing. But at the time I remember like going along and like thinking it's funny. So it's like, you can change your mind, but if you don't tell them that you're uncomfortable, but I don't know, it's like such a hard thing.
It's hard in the moment too, because I'm very like people pleasery, like in the moment.
Totally.
And I'm like, if someone's like, oh, come on, like, do it, it'll be funny. I'll be like, okay. Like, I would, even if I didn't want to, I would still do it because I don't want to be seen as like the uncool one.
Totally.
You know?
No, and that's what happened. As soon as I told David like I was uncomfortable with something, where it became the Tana bit that I hated, and that's when they like exiled me. That's when they started like pushing me out and stop filming with me and stuff like that because I didn't like the bit. So they would just not invite me and then like do it behind my back and stuff like that. And they did it like 3 times in that one week, and I was just like. And so yeah, once you say something uncomfortable, then you get fired, I guess, from your job. So. Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know. I feel bad for her, especially because like TikTok people, the comments were not it. I was just like, okay. But also you don't really, I guess you never really know what happens. But you know, she's going all out with this book. I want to read it. Rebel, when does it come out?
This week, actually. Oh,
we're buying it
the
today.
day on Tuesday. So the day
April
this
2nd?
is up. Yeah.
I'm gonna buy it.
I know. She really sold it. I'm like, I didn't know about it a week ago, but damn.
I kind of live for that, though. I mean, again, kind of, you know, if you've had some trauma, you might as well monetize off of it.
That's what I'm saying. She also, though, she did lose me a little bit because she talked about Adele in her book as well.
Oh, no.
And she said that she just claimed, like, she doesn't have any proof of this, but she just believes that Adele hates her because Adele didn't like being compared to her during their bigger years. Like, she thought that people were calling her Fat Amy back, like, in the Pitch Perfect days.
They were calling Adele Fat Amy?
Yeah.
Did they?
I don't think so.
I don't remember that at all.
I don't remember
compared.
that at all either. She said that some actresses would get offended if I call them plus size in this book, so I have to be careful with what I say. This is why I think Adele hates me. There was a moment when she was bigger, and some people would confuse us for one another. And then she does admit, I've never asked her though. Like,
okay, girl, I'll just throw it out there.
But she said whenever she would see her at events, Adele would like turn away very suddenly, always very quickly. And she said, quote, as if my fatness might rub off on her if I were near her for more than 30 seconds. She didn't like being compared to Fat Amy. Referring to her iconic character from Pitch Perfect.
That's a wild projection.
It's a lot, yeah.
She was so scared my fatness was going to rub off on her. Like, I never once thought that with anyone running away from me.
She lost me a little there.
That's
I'm not gonna
really
lie.
low. Yeah. That's wild. Okay, Rebel. Well, you know. I mean, I guess it's like me thinking everyone copies me. I thought Taylor Swift copied me at the beginning of the Eras Tour when she came out with all the feathers. I was like, that was my intro for Freaky during the Heartbreak Tour in 2019 before Eras came out. They all came around and then they would like reveal. And I was like right there on stage in the middle. And everyone's like, woo! Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think it's the patriarchy of it all where I'm like, oh, I love Sacha Baron Cohen. I'll be naked in his films. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know. He also gives me ick sometimes. So I'm going to be with Rebel on this because I feel her.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think overall, I mean, she's been talking about this for years since like, you know, back when like the movie was happening. So, and the story's always been consistent. Mm-hmm. So I feel like if she's been saying this for so long, you know.
Did she say his name back then or was this like her first time revealing the name?
She said his name, like she said Sasha,
she did.
But I think it like contextually it came across more like lighthearted, not as like serious. I think because she was still like newer back then, and like she didn't have like a lot of like power, you know. So I think she was telling these stories, but it never came across like, you know, like Me Too thing or something, you know what I mean? Like an uncomfortable.
Well, I think like we said last week too, it would be different if it was like a thin girl versus like a big one. Yeah. People like look at it more funny and like haha and stuff, but you know, fat phobia is real in the world and in Hollywood. People love to make the fat butt of the jokes. So
do you remember when she would lie about her age? Though that is another thing.
Remember, was it? Oh my god, girl! It's not a good track record. Like as another person who's known as a liar, like it's kind of just like not great when you have that in your past. Like,
remembered it.
Why did she lie about it?
I think when she was like getting big at like Pitch Perfect and Bridesmaids and like How to Be Single, my favorite movie. I think she was just kind of like coming up so she can get away with like maybe skewing her age younger, but she's 44 now. But I remember like when she was coming up, she shaved like maybe like 8 years off of her age.
Where was she saying her age? Like in interviews? Or?
Yeah, and like, but then yearbook photos started coming out. Like, like people from Australia were like posting their year.
Yeah.
Like, look,
why would you lie about your age? That's like such an easy go get a birth certificate at her house. Like that's so weird.
It is very odd.
I guess the ageism of it all. She was trying to stay young, but that is odd. Don't say anything then. No one would assume your age. She's 44. She looks pretty good.
She does look really good, yeah.
I also think, again, whatever, when you're heavier, like people just look younger. We talk about this, like the Ozempic face makes everyone look old because it's like so thin.
Like
but
the baby face kind of.
Yeah, when you have a little bit of a fuller face, I feel like you can stay youthful longer.
And I forgot she has like a kid now too.
Oh my god.
Yeah, she's lived a lot of life.
And she's lesbian now.
Yeah.
Okay, love that.
We love LGBT plus.
I love not plus.
QIA plus. Not plus size.
Oh. Like, let's not say plus. That's offensive now. I love the L's and the LGBT because I just don't know many, and I would love to be friends with more of them.
Yeah, I realize I do have one really good friend who I play Fortnite with who's an L. And
we love,
we love
an
them a
L.
lot. Yeah. But other than that, I don't have a lot of like lesbian friends either. But they're good to have around.
They're good to have around. I have a really good makeup artist. She does special effects makeup. She's an L, and she's wonderful.
Yeah, that should be our goal this year.
Have more L friends.
Yeah.
They're just cool, too. Like, the one I know, she's, like, super cool. She's just, like, such a chill girl, and I love that. And I love the the anti-establishmentarianism of it all. Is that a word?
I think so.
Anti-establishmentarianism? I don't know. The anti-establishment. Anyways, I don't know. Not lesbian specifically. I don't know. Moving on to the next one. But we love Rebel Wilson. I love that she's... I didn't know she was a mom.
Yeah, I forgot.
Have the baby or she surrogate?
Through surrogate last year. Cool. Yeah.
She lost a lot of weight during quarantine. I remember she like walked a lot.
Yeah.
God, do you think every fat person loses weight? Does every fat person lose weight?
I don't think so. There's like a lot of things that go with it, like genetics and stuff, and just like health.
I feel like every celebrity that's ever been fat, like Al Roker or anybody, they just all lose weight. And I'm like, when am I going to go through this? I mean, everybody does, right? It's always a shocking, like, wow, they lost so much weight.
That's
like,
true.
But has anyone stayed fat? I'm trying to think. Has there been one consistent fat celebrity? Not Lizzo. She quit. She's out.
Oh, yeah. Melissa McCarthy's, has she always been plus size?
She lost, well, yeah, I guess she's not like skinny, but she did lose some weight.
Yeah. But I think, for the most part, a lot of them do. But you have to remember, like, the resources they have, too. Like, for, like, especially the men, like, who get ripped, like, the Chris Pratt transformation.
Totally,
It's like when you have your meals, like, planned for you and your whole job is just fitness. Like, literally, that's all he had to do and be concerned with.
Eat the meals.
Eat the meals, work out with this guy who shows up and works out with you,
Oh, God, I need to do that.
It's
Maybe.
like autopilot.
I think, too, like, the older you get, it's like the health stuff comes into play. Like, I mean, I'm pregnant, obviously, but, like, when you can't breathe, like, there's just, like, sometimes I'm like, I can't eat. I can physically not breathe. And it's just, like, because my belly is just so whatever. So I think that comes to, like, that. I think James Gandolfini stayed big his whole career. Maybe, who was skinny was Jack Black in 1982. Like, skinny.
Really?
Yeah. He was, like, looked so unrecognizable. Before Shallow Hal. I don't know what it was, but he was skinny.
That's wild.
Yeah. But I like when celebrities are big, too, because it shows anybody is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I love Jack Black. I wonder when my Jack Black outfit's coming. I ordered the flames.
Yeah.
I want to wear it. I feel like it's a perfect pregnancy outfit in my third trimester, just the flame shorts. And can we get him? I feel like he could come on the podcast. I feel like he would.
I feel like he might too. He's very just like kind of go with the flow, whatever is like fun to him. And I feel like he would have fun.
He would
here.
sing. I just like people who would sing with me.
Yeah.
He would definitely sing. Oh, God. I'd love this scenario because it's like I always make up these fake scenarios for Moses. I'm like, if I'm on the Idol season 2, like, you know what I mean? Like, but this was like such a real one. And I'm like, oh my God, this is such a good, because we always talk about this. I don't know why. It always comes to my head. Alexa and Carlos Vega. Did you see their?
No.
So they were on this podcast that's like literally everywhere. Like, shout out to them. I mean, I don't know. It's called The Unplanned Podcast. I talked about this before.
I feel like we talked about it before.
It was the one where it's like a really young couple that has 2 kids and the guy made the song about being depressed.
Abby and something?
Yeah. And he's just like, I hate my life. It looks perfect, but it sucks. I was like, oh, damn. Okay.
They were on that one?
Yeah.
Oh.
Right? I'm like, I know. And they have the most random clips. Anyways, they're kind of everywhere. But yeah, Alexa and Carlos Vega was on. It's like kind of everything. And Carlos, is it Penavega? Is that their last name?
Yeah, they combined their last names.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Not hyphenated, just one?
I think they just, went with one.
Whose last name is Penne?
Carlos and Alexa Vega.
Penavega.
Yeah.
Ooh, we should have done that. We should have done like Pac-Man. Oh, that would have been so good. Damn. We could all change our names to that. That would have been so good.
I was thinking more like penne pasta or...
Penne is cute. I like that name if that was your name, but it's not. Pac-Man would have been so cute. Damn. Because I always want to have the same
Elvis.
name.
She doesn't have Elvis Pac-Man.
So we just give her a completely different last name than everybody else. I wanted us to all have the same like Paytas Hackman, but like so combining it's so smart. Because then when we go to like hotels and stuff, like it'll say like Miss Paytas, Mr. Hackman, Malibu Bar. I was just like, I wish we just all had the same. Like we're married, we should have the same last name. You could change yours to Paytas Hackman. I'll change mine to Paytas. We could just hyphenate it. So we have the same one as Malibu. Then it seems like we're not married though with hyphenated.
No, but I mean the kids will have Paytas Hackman.
But we should too, so we're like the same name as them. Would you take Paytas?
It's so weird because in theory I think we do.
What?
We have. You just forget that there's a legal thing you have to do for that.
I know, we got to legally change it so we're all the same name when we travel and stuff. Would you take Paytas?
Yeah.
Really?
Like I don't see any significance.
I love that.
One way or another.
I love that he did that. I mean, this Carlos Vega, he took her last name. I think that's cool. I think it should. Oh my God, that'd be cute. We should change it. I would change it. I don't know how to say your last name. I always say it wrong. I don't think it's Hackman. I think it's, you say that's how you tell people to say it, but that's not how you say it. It's like Hackman.
Yeah, but you're not gonna, I don't know, like inherit the accent now. You say it the way you say it in English.
Malibu has a British accent. She literally has a British accent.
She does. I mean, the way she says "mama," "mama,"
mama,
sometimes she's like "mama,"
and bud. Like it's weird, and it's
or
like
in the last video I posted, she's like more.
Ma. It's very
does.
British, and it's not like a little kid trying to say words because there's stuff she says, but she goes, mama, bud. I was like, whoa.
But also we don't, it's not like I tell her, I say mama. But she's like, mama.
Anyway, it's very interesting. She has a British accent. But back to Alexa and Carlos Vega. They are from Spy Kids, and he's from Big Time Rush, Nickelodeon. I wonder if he is Dan Schneider's show.
I don't think he was a Dan Schneider show.
We have not heard from him. He's not happy about Alexa Vega doing kissing scenes. He considered it cheating. He said it was cheating. He's like, I called my best friend and I said she cheated because he did not know about it beforehand. They were like giggling saying it, but like you could tell there was like some seriousness to it. He said he would rather have known beforehand, and he's like, my wife just cheated, and he said he got over it or whatever. But then he flies to Canada, where she's also filming, or another country, and she tells him that day that she has to do a scene where she's in a robe and has to take off the robe into lingerie. And I think, am I mixing up an interview? I think she has to like straddle the guy in her lingerie. And he tells her she can't do it. Like, absolutely not. And she's like, it's happening today. Like, I have to do it. So I don't know if she ended up doing it or what. But I thought that was interesting because they've been married a while. They're both in entertainment. Thoughts?
I think it makes sense now why they were on the Unplanned podcast. I think now I'm like, okay. At first when you said that, I was like, why would they go on there? That seems like so odd. And I'm like, oh, I see.
Right.
Yeah, it's the same brand.
Yeah.
That's wild.
The husband related. Yeah,
I think that's a little too much. Like it's just
on his part, on Carlos.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
why does she keep surprising him?
Because he acts like that.
Like one time,
It's happening.
One
Like,
time she didn't
damn.
tell him at all. The next time he's like, it's happening today. I'm like, it seems like the guy needs some
But there
notice.
wasn't a kiss. The second time was just an unrobing to lingerie. They're both actors too. He was on a Big Time Rush Nickelodeon show, and she's been an actress since she was like 7 on Spy Kids.
Well, Nickelodeon, we know nobody told them about the kissing scenes ahead of time. But
Wow. And he was in a boy band, so it's like kind of weird, right?
It is weird, especially Big Time Rush. It was like the lesser One Direction, but the same vibe with like girls like being like, obsessed with them, and like they're all hot like boys, and young girls like liking them. So it's weird to just be like, so I don't know.
Like,
that's very weird.
Even like the joke, even if I was joking, but I don't, like I said, there was some seriousness to his tone where he's like, I called my friend. I was like so upset that after the first kissing scene. I guess there was 2 kissing scenes back to back. One he knew about in advance, one he didn't, and he thought the one that he didn't. He's like, I called him. I'm like, she cheated. Like, I was so upset. I was so whatever. And I was like, but that's not cheating.
So that's odd. So you knew about one kissing scene and not the other? Like,
yeah, there was 2.
When she kisses. Like, what's the difference?
Yeah,
if it's once
she's
or
like an
twice?
actress. She's like done this for so long.
That's weird. Like, he knew about one, but the second one bothered him?
Wait, you think what's weird? Do you think her not telling him about the second one was weird?
It seems like she told him. He knew about one kissing scene.
Right, and then one he just didn't know.
It's in the same movie?
No. 2 separate ones. So the first one he didn't know, and I think the second time she told him that she was going to kiss someone. He's like, the first one felt like cheating. But I was like,
so weird.
You're actors. Like, you're both actors. Like, I kind of get if there's like a normie and a celebrity, whatever, but it's like, you're both actors. So why are you saying this on a podcast? Like you said, dumb plan. Like these men, like why are they so messy? Like with throwing their women? Because then all the comments, TikTok comments did approve the check. Like literally it was just like, well, she's the one bringing home the money and she's the one, the breadwinner. And like, so it's interesting. I was just like,
it's so weird. Like, especially when you're like in the industry, like you watch TV, you watch movies. It's like when Ryan Gosling is making out with Emily Blunt in like the new movie that's coming out, like we know that Ryan Gosling is married to Eva Mendes.
Yeah.
And, like Emily Blunt is with John Krasinski. Like we're not like, oh my God, they're cheating on.
Yeah.
It's like, it's so odd.
Is it because it's a smaller scale of acting? Like she in a Lifetime movie doing this, So it's like not, to him, it's like it's smaller scale, so it's like feels more intimate. Like
So weird.
I don't know. It was weird. It was giving very insecure, and I didn't like it. It was giving because they've been married so long. They competed on Dancing with the Stars together. They have kids together. They read children's books together, and I was like, this is such a weird thing that you're complaining about, especially the lingerie thing, the unrobing to lingerie. He's like, I flew to the set, and that's when she told me. I'm like, maybe when she didn't know you're coming, but even if she did, it's like that's your job. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Also, I didn't know Alexa Vega was like such a bombshell in these movies. Like, I never see her as someone being like, here's I'm stripping to love it, but I just never. That's like having like Candace Cameron Bure like doing it. You're like, oh, that's so random, but okay. Because she's like a child, like she's known for, well, if you don't know, from Spy Kids and stuff. So it's just kind of like, she's an adult, but it's still weird. I don't know. He gave me the ick on that one. I was kind of like,
that's really weird. And it's kind of related, but I saw like Taylor Lautner, the wife, posted a TikTok that was like, she was kind of, she said, what did she write? She captioned it like, the like watching your husband's movies, and the guy handed me the Avengers of Eskimo Sisters, because every like movie Taylor Lautner, the husband, is in, he's like, it's an X.
Oh, right.
So she was like laughing about it and making fun of it. Like every time I want to watch him in something, I'm like seeing him with an X.
I feel like that was her flexing, right?
Yeah, I was kind of giving that, but then the comments were a little like dicey in that one too, because it was like, well, he's not in much, which I guess T.
Wait, what did they say?
He's not really in much, like, because I guess like thinking about it. Okay, Taylor Swift and Valentine's Day.
That's the first thing I thought of. They did make out a lot in that movie, so yeah.
Abduction with Lily Collins.
Oh, I never saw. I want to see that
no
movie.
one really saw that.
Okay. I love that,
It
though.
was supposed to be like his breakout, like action, like role, but the movie did so bad that like
no one cared.
Yeah.
Never heard of it. It sounds good though.
He was in Adam Sandler's The Ridiculous Six, but I don't know who he dated in that.
They're kissed.
Yeah.
Or, he dated all these girls. He dated Lily Collins too.
Yeah, he did date Lily Collins. He dated
see.
Taylor Swift. I don't think he dated anyone from Twilight, because Kristen Stewart was with Robert Pattinson.
Did he make out with her?
He did make out with her, yeah. But I guess too, maybe he might have hooked up with people, but not like dated them. So maybe that's what she's saying.
Yeah.
But at least she was like having more fun with it, especially in comparison to like the Carlos Alexa.
Yeah, I feel. But that's the thing with girls and like male celebrities, is I think it's like, well, I guess girls can be insecure. I don't know. The guys seem more insecure. Like she said, she's kind of like laughing at it and being like,
oh, yeah,
it's kind of funny. But I think to me, it's like a flex. Like, right? Like, as with anyone, I would always think like if you're with someone, you're like, oh, wow, he's with all these beautiful women and he like chose me. You know what I mean? So I think that's a flex on her part, and rightfully so. Yeah. And this guy just, I don't know. Again, they're like so solid, and I'm just like, why would you get upset if you came to set? What if I did a kissing scene and tell you, I'm booking a TV show?
But that's why it's odd to me that it sounds more than anything they have a breakdown in communication, like it's miscommunication between them. Like if we're so close, if you have a script, I'll know the script. You know what I mean? You'll tell me about it. You tell me about. So the fact that he has no idea what she's doing, no idea what's happening, it's just weird.
But would you be mad? Let's say I was doing Modern Family, and I was like, I'm doing Modern Family Day. Like, okay, have fun. And then we watch it air, and it's like me making out with Ed O'Neill.
But I think that's what I'm saying. I would know about it.
Would
There's
you?
no way. We're not that distant that I'm not knowing what you're doing that day, what you're filming that day.
And then what? Interesting. Like, do you ask permission? Like, can I do this kissing scene? Or like, I'm doing a kissing scene because I get to be on Modern Family.
I don't know.
I had a dream about that last night that I was making out with Ed O'Neill on it. I was like, this is a weird dream.
Because it's like what we talked about with Sasha and the finger. And
which one's worse? Making out with Ed O'Neill or like fingering Sacha Baron Cohen's butt?
The finger, because it's somebody's fetish that you're...
Right. It's a cavity.
No, if you have an acting scene and that's the acting, then that's part of it.
Right.
But we talked about it before. That's if you're being an actor. But if you're taking it apart just because you want to kiss somebody, like The Weeknd, then I'm like, I don't know.
But what if it's what if it's like both though, right? It's like the idol, and you're like, this is my dream role, and like, oh, but you have to like do a makeout scene with The Weeknd, and you're like, okay. Like I couldn't say no. Like that's my breakout role, huh?
That's where we get the buddy doubles.
Really? Oh, I mean, I don't know. I love that we get into these scenarios all the time. I'm actually just surprised because yours just so go with the flow, and it's like not.
No, I am. Again, I don't like the idea, like making up ideas. It's real. It has to be real. That means that you're pursuing an acting career. You're going on set. You're doing an audition.
Intimacy coordinators.
Like there's so much happening.
Yeah, there are intimacy coordinators.
There's so much happening between now and that happening that we would get a chance to talk about it. But I'll support you in any role.
Because also like The Weeknd only like small like 90-pound girls, and he's like engaged to like a supermodel, so I don't think you'd like have to worry about him like leaving for me.
About that.
I would be so supportive. If like I always think Moses is gonna play the role of Moses one day in like the Ten Commandments, like a remake of it. And I like if you had to make out with whoever played Zipporah, I'd be like, go for it. Like you're like, let's say Quentin Tarantino directed the Ten Commandments remake as his last film, right? And this was a movie made famous by Charlton Heston, and they're like, Moses, we want you to play Moses. It's authentic. The only thing is you have to be naked with Zipporah because that's authentic to back then, and you have to do a makeout scene and like groping. And I would be like, absolutely. There wouldn't be like a question in my mind. I was like, why? What? Like, yes, this is a Quentin Tarantino movie. Like, why? That's why I was saying maybe the scale of it, right? What if it's like a Lifetime like knockoff like National Geographic Moses movie, and it's like, I don't know. But if it's like Quentin Tarantino, I was like, I guess, it's like a big film. So maybe there's like size to it. Maybe he's looking at the value. A comparison.
I don't know. Those Lifetime movies pay so well, though.
Do they? I would love to be in a
pretty
Lifetime.
Sure.
There's a TikToker, Selena Spooky Boo. I've talked about her before. She's in a Lifetime movie, and we're mutuals, and we've talked before, and I really want to know how she got that role. And I am so jealous of it. I was like, God, I would love to be on Lifetime. Who would I play? I could play like, I don't know. I bet they're going to do one on Ruby Frankie. Not that I'd play her, but I bet they would do one on her. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
For
they
sure.
Definitely would.
They did a Gabby Petito one within like 2 months of.
The turnaround is crazy. Even like I remember
the Amber
Harry
Heard.
and Meghan, like they did really fast too.
That was they did an Amber Heard and Johnny Depp one too within like
they?
2 months on Tubi. We
That's
watched it.
wild.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I don't know who I could play. I play Rebel Wilson in Rebel Rising. I would love to play. Moses could be Sacha Baron Cohen. You get that experience. That'd be the role.
Solid pitch, actually.
Okay, let's watch that movie. Let's do a little cosplay. We'll do a recreation of it. I would love it. Yeah, they're doing so many biopics that are like unapproved. Like I feel Pauly Shore's doing like Richard Simmons. Like they're just doing so many. Who is it? Oh, Timothée Chalamet, Bob Dylan. There's just so many random.
I saw Jeremy Allen White's in another one.
Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah.
I see that. Well, that was good. That's a good casting.
There's so many happening. I feel like biopics are the new like superhero movie almost.
I'm
like the
here
new
for
thing.
it. I know you don't like them. That's all I watch. I love biopics. Like the Queen one. I had no idea about any of that. Freddie Mercury, and I became like obsessed and like in love with Freddie Mercury because of Rami Malek's portrayal.
Wow, the power. Selena Gomez is in a biopic too. They're really the new thing.
Who's she playing?
I forget the name.
What? Ooh,
But
that's
another,
interesting.
like, musician, I believe.
She is gorge. I love her.
Linda Ronstadt.
Oh, wow, that's random.
Yeah.
Oh God, I would love to be in a biopic for sure. I don't know who I would play. Quentin Tarantino, I remember he was casting in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and I was like of age, the right age. He was casting someone to play Mama Cass from the Mamas and the Papas, and she was like a big singer. And I was like, that would have been so my role. I get so mad when these like fat roles, like I don't get them. You know what I mean? There's like a new season of Bridgerton, and there's like a big girl that gets to have sex in front of a mirror with the hot guy. And I was like, why are these not given to me? I could be that person. I was like, yeah.
Well, you're that person in real life.
No, but I want to be an actress. I want to. First of all, what? Okay, thanks. I'll take it, I guess. He's like, you are fat in real life. It's fine. You don't need to be on
talking
camera.
about the scene in front of me.
Okay. Oh my God, Moses took this video of me and Malibu walking down the hallway on Easter yesterday, and my butt was ginormous. It was literally one of those butts that go up and down, and like not cute. I was like, oh my God, my arm, everything from the back was so awful. I had like a little mental breakdown yesterday. I was just like, okay, I'm so humongous. I'm literally a whale from the back. The front, I'm okay. I don't know. The back is a wild sight. It was actually terrifying to see. I was like, oh my God, like who, it literally, I felt like Gwyneth Paltrow in Shallow Hal, where it's like literally you see the shadow of a fat person, but you're like, no, but I'm the skinny one. Like what? Who's that? Did you eat the Trisha? Like what? I looked like a monster. My hands, like everything. I was like, this is crazy. And I know I'm usually like too hard on myself, and I say I'm not gonna call myself fat. That was my New Year's resolution. Oops, that's out the window. But I did look so, and I am ginormous. I get weighed at the doctor's office. I'm definitely closer to 300 pounds at this point. But it was triggering. And I'm just like, oh, but I can't move. I physically can't move. It's just like everything's just a lot. Second pregnancy is no joke. This is second and done. This is 2 and done. We're done. No more. It's triggering, this one. Maybe just because I'm seeing myself from the back. I was like, ooh, that butt was crazy.
I think it was the dress. It's that dress.
There's a trend going around now. It's like my husband saying it's because you're pregnant instead of saying no, you're cute and petite. You know, you're like you should be saying no, you look great. Someone did say, oh, Moses probably appreciates that dress. You should have been like, no, I love that sight. Instead, you're like, it's the dress.
No, I'm saying the bounciness.
No, it was not. It was just a wide load. They should have put a sticker on me and backed me up. Put me in Brother Grimsby too right now. I'm ready. You can humiliate me.
Nobody's complaining about that, but
oh my God. Damn, it was wild. Crazy. Well, anyways, whatever. Who cares, right? I still got a Cinnabon pull apart this morning and I didn't care. Sometimes you're just like, whatever. I'm hungry.
I feel that.
You know?
I definitely feel that.
But you look so good. That's what's so crazy because we do talk about it a lot and I always think, okay, yeah, like you relate to me. But then I'm like, you have lost like you've never been back to your biggest. Like, you know what I mean? Like you're never 300 pounds again.
I guess, yeah. But still in comparison, I guess because I was so teeny for like a minute.
Anorexic almost. Like truly, did you eat back then?
Yeah, but
did you?
Yeah, but it was like closer to it was like revenge depression era, but then also like I just got prescribed Adderall, and when you just prescribed it like does
appetite
your metabolism
suppressant
like wild. Yeah.
You were very thin, almost like concerning. Like your wrists were very small, like everything.
I was teeny, and I never thought I was. But then, especially seeing me next to David, like so, like little and petite, I was like, "Oh my God, I totally could have been."
The size comparison, yeah. No, it is crazy. My sister's the same way too. But at her skinniest, when she was like literally like 90 pounds, I mean, she was also like depressed, and her boyfriend was like judging her for eating and stuff. So it's like there's another girl on TikTok right now, Mama Jill. Like everyone's saying how great she looks. She lost like I don't know 150 pounds or something, and I mean, she keeps saying, like, she's physically sick, she's losing hair, like, all this stuff like that. And all the comments are like, you look so great.
That's so sad.
Yeah. And you can just tell, like, you can tell she's going through something. Because I've watched her from when she was big to now. It's the one who did the I Love You, Jesus for her kids, that TikTok you sent me. Mm-hmm. I didn't even recognize her when you showed her to me because I just always know her as being bigger. And she lost maybe like 200 pounds. She lost so much weight. And yeah, all the comments are just like encouraging her, but she's kind of saying like, I'm kind of depressed. And like, she talks about her hair loss and stuff. And I was kind of like, okay, like there's obviously some malnourishment going on or something. Not obviously, but you know, that's what people are speculating. And it's kind of sad. And you hear about that a lot. I don't know. Again, I can't like relate. I don't know. Like I would be the same way. I see someone skinny. I'm like, wow, they look great. They're so lucky, but you never know. And like you said, you were depressed and
yeah,
you never know. Mm-hmm. But
that's why like, kind of what Ariana was saying when everyone was commenting on her weight, you know, and she was like, people just not comment on bodies, I guess, because it's true, like you just never know, like
unless that person's like, I feel great, like if I lost weight, I'd be like, I look great, I feel great, I have so much energy, then like if you see them glowing
and they're like advocating,
if they're like, guys, I'm really at my lowest, they're like, you look great though. Like maybe there's some psychological something that happened there. So anyways, I love that we should just have this podcast called like the Fat Cast or something. We just talk about being fat the whole time. Every episode.
Who was it that wanted us to call someone commented to call our patrons like fatties or something? Was it
Patreons?
Is that
I don't know. Wait, fatties? They want to did I?
Yes.
Hi, fatties. No, I didn't.
No, not you. You said someone commented that. I forget. One of the tiers. They wanted to be like the fatty tier.
Oh, well. Okay. No, you're the tops and the bottoms. That's what we decided. There's top tiers. And it's actually so funny because we split it that way too. Like my sister does the tops and you do the bottoms. It's kind of funny. The fatties are wild. That's a wild, I don't know. That's a little triggering to everybody. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I know at the beginning of the show, I'm like, we're not talking about our weight. It's all I think about these days, but that's okay. And I really don't eat that much. Like last night I had like white rice for dinner and I was like, how do I like feel so fat? I don't know.
What did I have? I had like a lot of sweets yesterday.
Ooh, like, it's Easter. What'd you have?
I had cake, Mr. Beast Feastables.
Wow, you're a fan of them for real.
Mm-hmm. I went back to put it in. I made my boyfriend an Easter basket, but I also was like eating the chocolate. It was mostly for like me to eat the chocolate, you know.
Oh.
But I put Feastables in there. He also loves Feastables too.
Wow.
He calls them Dr. Beast for some reason. I think he thinks he's a doctor.
Ooh, I like Dr. Beast better. That's better than Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast is so like Mr. Beast, like Mr. Bean or something. Like I like Dr. Beast.
Yeah, he unironically thinks he's Dr. Beast.
I like that. Yeah. That's cute. Dr. Beast.
Jimmy, you can take that one.
I want him on the podcast. How do
so
we get
bad,
Mr. Beast?
Yeah.
We need to get to the bottom of the Rosanna Pansino situation. Why did you cut it?
I forgot about that.
Me too. I want to see the original footage. I'm like, what did you cut? How did you cut that? Like, what? What about the person in the vents? Like, why didn't they get disqualified? Like, that's so bizarre to me.
It is so weird.
I have a lot of questions. I'd ask him some hard-hitting ones for sure. Mr. Beast, come on the podcast. Open invitation.
I mean, we promote Feastables enough, so
Yeah.
I think
We'll eat
we've
them
earned
while
it.
you're here.
Yeah, 100%.
We'll stock them for you. We'll go to Ralph's. We'll be the stock boys. I want to just put my product. Can you just put product in the store? Like, what if I just start putting this in the stores, like in Target? Can you do that?
I mean, I think you wouldn't have a SKU or anything. People could just take it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I just stock the Stanley cups with these.
The thing is, I'm sure people would just like leave them there. Because when I like had a, did you have to do this when you worked at Target? Like go through and like, I forget what they called it, like what the word is, but you go through and then you have to like pull all the product forward and stuff on the shelves.
Yeah.
I would just like go pull it forward. I wasn't really like, oh, this barcode, this, like I would just pull it up. So if you left that there and I was like cleaning the aisles,
You would just do it. I'm trying to think. We did do a lot of like meaningless things like that where it's just like pull it forward.
And organize the shelves or whatever. But
did you have to go to checkout? Like we both worked in electronics, but they didn't make you go to checkout sometimes?
Sometimes, yeah, when it was like slow in electronics and they needed help up front. But sometimes I was so bored that I would just go do it, just like.
I hated it because I didn't know how to run it. I was just like returns, like all that stuff was so complicated. I was like, I was hired to be in electronics to help people with their electronic needs. With CDs back then.
I was gonna say you don't know what a USB drive is, so were you
no,
like?
I was Target 2006. I don't think USBs were around back then. I'm
pretty sure they were.
Were they?
Yes.
No. Oh my God. Remember when I said US bridge, United States bridge? I thought USB, and then the next day the bridge thing happened.
Oh my God. Yeah, you have to be careful with your
I have to be so careful with my words now. I literally do. I'm like, wow, I really am powerful. It's crazy.
It is kind of uncanny.
No, it's crazy. There's certain things I say that come true, and I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, that's why at the beginning when you said the boat with the merch might go missing, I was like, oh God, I don't know if you should say that.
Okay. Not our merch, someone else's merch.
I don't think you should say any boats.
Okay, all right. The Just Trish merch is safe. Every bridge is safe in America.
And boats.
And boats. Yeah, we need them to stay safe. Everyone stay safe here in America and across the world. We just need everyone.
Manifest it.
Yeah, we need everyone.
This has like been a very hot topic online the past week. And weirdly divisive, which I don't understand why. But did you see that one of the conjoined twins, Abby Hensel, is now married? And I don't know why this sparks so much like debate. I'm like, does everyone need to get involved in like their personal life like that?
Right.
Like,
that was my first question. Are they from a show or something that everyone...
They were on a TLC show a while ago. Like they did one Oprah special like when they were young in 1996. They were born in 1990. So I guess when they were 6 years old, they did like an Oprah special. And then they had a special on TLC and then a show documenting when they graduated from college.
Okay, so they're kind of like celebrities. Because I was like, why are people so in their business?
But it's been a while since they've been like in the public eye. So I did kind of feel bad because then reading it too, the reason that this got out is because the Today Show got like the public documents that Abby got married because she got married in 2021.
Oh, and the videos are from 2021?
Yeah, everything's from 2021.
Where did the videos come from?
Facebook. So then everyone went to see the husband's relatives and like went through their Facebooks to see videos of the wedding. Oh. So it feels a little invasive to me.
Yeah, if it's not like a new thing that they sold to People magazine, which by the way, People magazine doesn't buy anything. They just want you to give them your photos. But if it wasn't something they did, that's kind of weird and creepy.
Yeah, Today Show just found the documents and then like re-upped this 2021.
The Today Show's becoming the new TMZ.
I know. I was like,
it's like being icky. Like, why are you looking that up? Yeah. Have they commented? Wait, what was the debate?
It was a whole thing because like, okay, one of the conjoined twins got married, Abby. So she's the one that got married. And then everyone's like, oh, then what is the other sister going to do during the wedding? Or like if they get intimate, like is she just like sitting there? Like
it's a lot of details, a lot of personal stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, like be happy for them, I guess. But why do you have to like dig in and question? I get that it's like, it's very rare, their condition. So there is like that element to it. But like... they're still people. You know?
Totally. No, it's like definitely when it gets in the public eye, it's just like, of course you start thinking all those things. I did too. I was like, okay, I had so many questions. But yeah, it's like, I don't know. That's the bad part about social media. It's like, ugh. Yeah. And also if they are trying to be private now, it's kind of like, and they haven't said anything. They haven't given a comment.
They posted a TikTok, like kind of joking about it. Like afterwards, like, wow, the internet's very loud this week. But they're usually like, they have a joint social media account, but they're like not very active on social media. Like Instagram and TikTok and stuff, but like they posted one after all this happened because they were getting a lot of like weird hate, oddly. Like even though they didn't even do anything, like they're just keeping to themselves. It's so weird.
I don't know. I know. I saw this everywhere too. I did not have a hot topic. So I don't really know what to say about it because it is just there's a lot. There's a lot of questions, but also like, was it any of our business? I don't know.
Yeah, it's just very odd that everyone's like feels like they're entitled to have a comment on their like personal and like intimate lives just because they were on TLC like years ago.
Yeah, they're not on it currently.
Yeah,
they should though. Someone should get them a show now.
I'm sure they easily could because it is like so people, they understand that people are interested.
And again, I think it's like monetizing something that like, you know, that's just the life they're living. So it's like you might as well monetize off of it because I don't know what they do for like jobs or anything like that.
They're teachers.
But okay,
they teach 5th grade, I believe.
So they're teaching together. Okay,
but that's another thing too.
Yeah.
So they had to pay separate college tuitions, but right now they split a salary. Isn't that crazy?
They split a salary?
They had separate contracts, but they split a salary for their for their teaching job.
What?
Like, yeah, it's so messed up.
That's really crazy because they are two separate people.
They're two separate people, yeah, and
and they had to pay 2 college tuitions.
Yeah, they had to pay 2 college tuitions.
Are they paying taxes together?
That's a good question.
Right.
And they each they said they each have like different like areas that they're better in as far as like teaching. Like one's better at like, you know, like English and writing. One's better at like math and science,
right,
which is really interesting. But yeah, they're because they share organs from the waist down, but like everything else, like they're two separate people. You know,
right?
So I guess because it's like uncharted territory in a lot of ways, you know. So there's no like rules for it, but I feel like it should make sense to have like 2 salaries if they're
definitely if they're 2 humans.
Yeah,
that's
like,
oh my God, that actually is some Nickelodeon stuff with those women sharing a salary.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Wow. Well, I don't know what to say. It's just a lot. It's just a lot. And I think they should have a show. I think they should monetize off it. I think they should answer everyone's questions, but like make sure you get that coin, do a little Oprah interview or something.
Again,
20 years later, you know, and be like, this is our life
True.
now.
Yeah, I guess maybe, I mean, I feel like they just don't want that is like the vibe I'm getting. Like I feel like, you know, they went to school, they want like teaching, and they left like TLC, but yeah, it sucks that why would today like bring all this up and like drag them back out? I feel bad about that.
Yeah, this girl's like happy she got married. It's like, you know,
years ago,
they're all fine with it, obviously. So what's the big deal?
Public documents will get you, but also who's like going through public documents? Like, oh, let me see if these twins are.
I don't know. I think they have people that just do that, like daily search. You know, oh, who got arrested? Who got this? You know, because like they do come out quickly.
But I think they're in Minnesota too, so to look up like I don't know, it's just all very odd.
Yeah, just these like random marriage records in Minnesota.
It's from 3 years ago.
What hour of the Today Show did this?
I don't know.
Is it the Hoda hour or is it like
That's a good question.
before?
But it's crazy because like it got so much pickup. It was like a huge viral story.
TikTok. I think we had a Tana Stitch about it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's when you know.
Yeah. I was like, oh no. Yeah, I mean there's a lot of questions, but there's so much sensitivity around it that it's like everyone needs to relax.
Yeah, that's my stance too. I'm like,
that's probably why they don't want to have a show or anything, because people are so curious about the most intimate details of their lives.
Yeah,
they're just, and as it is, they are constantly sharing their life between them. Like, so,
and people being judgy because if they do open up and say, well, obviously what happens and people get judgy and
no, because there's no way. There's just no way to share something so intimate about your life and have it.
Let them be happy. Yeah. Let them be happy.
They did say something that was kind of Trish coded. They would they hate when people take photos of them like from afar, like in secret, and like they will even like go up and be like make them say something about it. Yeah,
I love that.
Fierce. Yeah,
I wish I could be that confrontational. It is just the worst angle, the worst everything. I always think that, like I said, even now when we go out and I'm like sitting down in like a play area or something like that, I'm like, all I can think of is like people taking pictures and being like, look at Trisha just sitting there while Moses plays with the daughter. I was like, because I can't get up and move that much. And I'm always just sitting there like a lump on a log. And they're out there like he's climbing the slides with her. I'm like, I know because I see people take pictures. I'm like, oh my God, like.
I think people know that you're very pregnant.
But people are mean. They're still mean. You know what I mean? Like. They don't get it. Like, it can only be so active. I'm like, but A lot of Trish coded stuff. Also, the pink drugs that Diddy, not to get into Diddy because we're not even going to dive into that, but there's like pink drugs he has in a bag, and everyone's like, this is so Trish coded. And I was like, how do they make them pink, first of all? And second of all, I don't do drugs anymore. And I never did pink drugs because if they had pink drugs, oh man.
I didn't see that.
They're hot pink. It's like a hot pink bag of like, it's supposedly mixed like cocaine with like I think it's the ecstasy or maybe it was like the Molly that made it pink because it's like red and white. I don't know. I learned about it this morning. I was like thinking like, what makes it? It's like hot pink. He had these hot pink bags. Allegedly or confirmed, I don't know. But it was like this hot pink bags that like people would deliver to him, and they were like powdery substance. But it was like pink, and I was like, damn, if they had pink drugs back in the day.
Like the pills were pink too, or like the capsules were pink. Or
it was just crushed. It looked like cocaine, but pink cocaine. Can
like
we say
powder?
cocaine? Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, the pink, the powder,
crazy.
hot pink.
That
like
is wild.
Yeah. And I was like, it's so Trish coded. I kept being taken, and I was like, not me. Don't put me in that. That's a whole mess.
If it was like fairy dust for your tavern, then that'd be cute.
That's a good one for today. Where do we find some pink powder, Moses?
I'm sure
How do we make it?
I'm sure we have some glittery pink powder in the house.
I know, I'm sure we do too. That would be a good tavern one. I should do a tavern today.
Yeah,
I'll bring the little frog up.
The Diddy stuff was wild. It's another thing where it's like we're in here for so long, and then of course that happens as we're like.
But what were we gonna add to it? Because I tried to think about it, and I was like, God, there's just so much, and I feel like it's not really our area of expertise to be talking about.
No, I watched a lot of videos on it, but I watch Law and Crime, Law and Crime channel, talk about it because they're like
there's a Law and Crime channel.
Yeah, they're like on it. They do like 50 videos on it, but they
God.
have FBI agents coming on to talk about it, and I'm like, oh, okay, but I can't regurgitate what they're saying. It's like I absorb like the most like basic of information.
Yeah,
because it is like very wild and complex.
It's also scary. I just am like one of those things too. It's like the government. I'm like, I know nothing. You know what I mean? Like the Diddy. I was like, I'm so far removed. Don't come for me. Not saying anything. Not speaking on it.
It is wild seeing the clips that come out after though, like the Justin Bieber clips and like the Usher, Howard Stern clips.
It's dark. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've been flagging this here for a long time now.
Really?
You have been flagging it? What does that mean?
I've mentioned because when we talked about Justin Bieber, people talked about Usher, like.
Well, let's not flag it. Let's just be on the low-key radar. He sounds scary.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the. It's like the Epstein list, right?
Totally.
It's the same scenario. It's the same. We'll probably never know exactly what happened. Who are the people? And they're just trying to cover up themselves. Like, it's the same thing. Like, nothing came out of that.
I don't like it. It scares me. I feel like he's tapping us now, like bugging us or something like that. I just think like
I think he's got bigger problems right now than just.
They seem to
Trish,
handle a lot of these problems too, and that's what's scary. I'm like, oh my God, when you go into people with like money and power, and I totally think you should speak up. Obviously, whatever, like for sure. But if I'm like if I'm not involved in something, I'm like just trying not to get too heavy involved in anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's why I shout out Cassie because she started it, and like she had to be like very, very, very like intimidated, scared to go that public with it. But if she didn't, it wouldn't that was like the catalyst that launched like everything else. So
that's true.
Shout out Cassie. That's really brave because I would be too scared too.
No, for sure. Like being the first one to say something is always scary. And this sounds like a lot. It's just like too much for me to grasp. It's like politics where I'm just like, there's so much.
There's too many layers.
Yeah, I can't really grasp and go where everything is going. But no comments. I was like, I don't know. There's no side I'm going to be on. It all sounds scary. And definitely if you've been hurt or victimized by Diddy, you should say something for sure. I do think so. And like you said, there's safety in numbers. So I think now with like the numbers and there's so many stories, I think you'll be supported and backed up.
Yeah. Well, someone who once dated Diddy, J-Lo.
Oh, no. Did we talk about her last time?
Yeah. There was a new article that came out, though.
We did a reading on J-Lo with Aphrodite.
Oh, should we... Give me a hint. I guess it'll be a tease.
We talked about this. I was like, no, huh? You tell me.
Give me a tease. What did Aunt say? Just like don't give it away, but just give me a little tease
of like her cards.
Yeah, because I'm curious.
Oh God, he had a little advice. He's like, I know you can't give J-Lo advice, but we had a little advice for her.
Right. I mean, that's kind of part of it that you can't really tell her what to do. But the gist of it was that she's not genuinely herself right now, and that's the problem. Like she's not really sharing the genuine, true self, and people today want the transparency from people,
right?
And not just showing off. Like here's a movie highly produced that is not really me, or my relationship. A lot about relationship,
or her talking about always being like from the block and stuff. He's like, we get that, but we want to know like who's J-Lo today, like the stuff you had to go through with everything, just like who you are today, who you are now with money, but you still have struggles. Like the more transparency now, rather than trying to like portray this image is like I'm a girl from the Bronx. We get that, but like who's you now?
Yeah. Which is ironic because isn't her thing called "This Is Me Now"? Like that's her album.
my God.
Oh,
her movie.
the new one.
Yeah.
It's again, that's the
That's
problem.
what we need to see. We need to see This Is You Now, not you from the block. That's so funny. We had a whole J-Lo discussion. I think
That's funny.
Holly was talking about it. It was a whole thing. Yeah.
Well, a new article came out. This one, I think the source is In Touch, so it's like kind of whatever. But I just thought it was a little interesting. J-Lo is allegedly devastated, quote unquote, by her new album flopping, and that she's forced to cancel upcoming shows. The album "This Is Me" now debuted at number 38 before dropping off the chart altogether.
At least it debuted.
For a week, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think it takes many sales to get on there because, like, I think like Olivia Rodrigo was like number 2 last week with 70,000, which is a lot. But if you're 38, then that must only be like what, like 30,000 or something.
It's pretty good. I never charted. I would love that.
It's her first album in nearly a decade, and it did so poorly, and she's never experienced this kind of failure, so she's humiliated. A source says she poured her heart and soul into this project, and it was a huge undertaking. She financed the album with her own money, $20 million of her own money, and is forced to cancel several shows. And this source said she can't perform to a stadium with tons of empty seats, ? So the downfall is quite interesting.
Yeah.
But that leads me to this old article that I remembered. I don't know if you remember this. It was from 1998, but it like keeps resurfacing when she gave her opinion on all like the it girls in Hollywood at the time.
Oh,
Do you remember
yes.
it?
Oh my gosh, you're just coming for everybody. I was like, girl.
Uh-huh.
I remember this.
About Gwyneth Paltrow, she said, "Tell me what she's been in. I swear to God, I don't remember anything that she's been in."
I mean, relatable though. I only know Shallow Hal. I can't think of one other one.
She said, "Some people get hot by association. I heard more about her and Brad Pitt than I ever heard about her work."
I mean, okay, J-Lo with Ben Affleck.
She said, Cameron Diaz is more of a lucky model.
Oh my God. Why was she coming so hard for people?
She said Madonna was a bad actress.
Oh my.
She said Winona Ryder's also a bad actress.
Oh my God.
And she like considered herself like a real actress. She was like the bottom of the A-list.
That's
she thought of herself.
wild. That's so wild. Like at least self-deprecate yourself too. You know what I mean?
And I get that was a different time, but I think the problem is she still gives that energy today. You know, like
that's the real her. That's like you're like, oh damn, I kind of remember this. Like this
that was her then. This is still
this
her,
is her now. She's what a weird thing to say. Why was she saying that? Why was she going so hard?
I literally have no idea. I think she just thought that she was just like in her acting bag. I guess like after Selena, I'm assuming. Or
was it that long ago?
Like that article was from 1998.
Oh yeah.
When was Selena?
Yeah,
around
like
that time.
96 or something.
Yeah, so it must have been after Selena.
Girl, what? I mean, all she really did was Selena at that point. Maybe Anaconda or something.
It is so. Oh yeah, that she also talked about Anaconda. Like she's like, I pick movies for that are good for like the script and like the role, and that's why I did Anaconda over this other.
Anaconda is like the worst movie in the whole world. Yeah. Oh my God. And look at her now. That's wild, funding her own $20 million movie that she's like embarrassed of. It's like, if you funded it yourself, you should be proud of it. Like, you did it all you. Like, that's wild.
And it's like,
she's giving.
Normally, I would feel bad, you know, but she's just been not very kind. So
yeah, that's bad energy. That's crazy. It's especially so early on in your career to be like, Madonna sucks. Cameron Diaz is a lucky model. It's like, girl.
And she was like, and then I think she even said at one point, like, she was supposed to be the one to make out with Britney and Madonna at the VMAs, but she couldn't, so they got Christina Aguilera like last minute. Like,
oh my God, girl. I mean, I get it. Like, it's a good flex, but also, does she have a Diddy connection? Like, she needs to be chill. She needs to like calm down a little bit.
Yeah, she does need to be low key because she was mentioned in like.
Oh, she was
in the civil suit that one of the producers, I think Lil Rod Jones, she was mentioned. Granted, the statute of limitations, like it's like expired, so she wouldn't really be dragged into it too much. But she was named that she brought the pew pew to the shooting, that club incident.
I don't know about any of this.
1999, there was a club shooting, and it was Diddy and J-Lo were there, and then Lil Rod Jones alleges that J-Lo was the one who was forced to like bring the gun, so she would.
Oh my God! Wait, what do you mean statute of limitation? If there's a crime, like
because no one died, so the statute of limitations expired. But if someone died in the club shooting, people were hurt, but no one died in that. I learned a lot at Long Crime.
See, that to me is a whole world. I'm like, let me not, I've been in a lot of messes. I'm like, let me just not get involved in this whole other world of messes. You know, I'm in the forefront of hip hop news or something like that. I was like, no, thank you. Someone just told me about the Shade Room the other day and I went to go look at it. I'm like, oh my God, there's so much like darkness to it. I was like, I don't want to be in this world. I don't know, which world would you rather be in? A political world or like the hip hop drama world? I don't know.
I don't know. I guess probably the political world more because hip hop is a little bit darker, I think. Just because what makes it worse is there's so many fans involved, right? So even if people are like bad, like if you have an attachment to the person.
Yeah.
Because on Law and Crime, one of the, they were talking to someone who was one of the attorneys against R. Kelly. And she was even getting, she said that it was so hard for the witnesses because they were just like threatened so much that it made them not want to like testify. You know?
Sure. I feel like with any celebrity, you'll have, even if they're completely in the wrong, they'll have fans being like, I still love you, you know?
So that's what makes it harder. There's no like political stance, I don't think, right? Like, I don't know if anyone's like.
No, I don't think so.
Well, Ice Cube claims that this whole operation is a government operation.
Oh, Lord.
Jeez, I'm like, Ice Cube getting in the mix. Isn't he on Law and Order? That's right? That's the show he's on?
He's is it Law and Order? One of those crime shows.
Yeah, isn't that the one you keep saying? What do you keep saying?
Law and Crime? It's a YouTube channel.
Oh. I thought you were watching like one of these shows. I'm like, I don't watch any of these shows, so I don't know.
No, but Ice Cube and 50 Cent have been like, you know, vocal about this for a long time.
Did you say 50 cents plural?
Is it 50 Cent?
I think it's 50 cent singular,
Well,
which doesn't make much sense. Honestly, it should be plural.
It's plural, but
I'm pretty sure you just said 50 cents, and even I know 50 Cent is wild too. I don't know. I don't know anything about anything, but he's been wild, calling out like the mother of his child, like this crazy. I'm just like, this is so messy.
No, he's coming for everyone now, Jay-Z, and he's coming for everyone.
What side is he on? The anti-Diddy side.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, he needs to watch out. Everyone needs to be careful.
Everyone be careful.
Everyone be careful.
Law and Crime, be careful.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's just a YouTube show. They really need to be careful.
When I opened TikTok today, was people complaining their accounts being banned because of J-Lo. Like she's out there banning people's accounts.
Oh my God.
So now they're using code names for her.
Oh my God, what's the code
What
name?
is it?
I think it's like Gigi Vanilli, something like that.
Gigi Vanilli.
Remember she was in that movie?
Geely? I know Geely, but is it Gigi Vanilli? Was that her name? I love Geely. That was a good one. Gigi Vanilli. I'm here for it. She's in cahoots with Elon Musk banning people off Twitter. Can I just say, Elon Musk, I really want a Tesla truck.
The Cybertruck?
How do I get one?
Wait, what? When did you say?
You look so tiny. I saw Kim Kardashian getting out of her Tesla truck and she looked so little. I feel like I'd look so skinny next to it.
Tara Yumi's dad got one.
Okay, boosh. What does he do? Wow. How do you know that?
I see all the Tara Yumi updates now because I think I just talk about her so much and my phone like
picks it up.
Yeah.
How do I get a Tesla truck?
We need a Just Trish one. It should be like a white and pink checkerboard.
Okay, well, I
That's
mean, let's not
JoJo Siwa code.
So someone actually filmed JoJo Siwa cutting them off in traffic. It was her car with all her faces on it. And I was like, this is why you don't want a custom car.
Don't do that.
She did. She went from like the left lane all the way over to the right, like cut off like 5 cars. I was like, I don't know if she was driving, but it was definitely the JoJo car. And I was like, oh my God.
It was somebody.
I just want a silver one so I can go incognito. I want a silver truck. How do I get that?
Ask I Justine.
She has one?
Yeah.
Did you tell me this? I have deja vu. Oh my God, that's crazy. Really?
Yeah.
How much are they?
I haven't. Should we look it up? They have to be expensive.
The thing is that people pre-order. You remember? I mean, that was the joke. People pre-ordered them, and everyone were joking about them, like, "Oh, you paid $500 for like you're never gonna get this car."
And they're here.
Sure enough, the cars are here, and people got them.
But do you think they're out now, or I can just get one, or do I have to like pre-order?
It says you can order one now.
How much?
The top of the line one is 96,000.
Wait, what?
The bottom of the line one is 57,390.
Oh, we can afford one of those, I think. That's crazy. Why are they so cheap? I thought they were so expensive.
I mean, it's a pickup truck.
Why do they look so cool?
They look like a 5-year-old drew it.
I want one.
They are really safe, I guess. Like,
Let's get one. Let's get
Yeah,
matching
I've
ones.
seen the videos of the test. I mean, the thing is stainless steel. It's made out of solid steel, the car.
I want one.
yeah, like someone driving a Cybertruck crashed into another car, and their car was perfectly fine, but they totaled the other car.
I need this. I need this. Should we go get one together? Do they have it at the Woodland Hills Mall?
They
have
might in the
Tesla
Tesla
store,
store.
right?
That's where I got mine or ordered mine. But
Wait, really? We should
Yeah.
go. And then we can get the popcorn and nachos after
yeah,
to celebrate.
okay, T.
Tesla
That's a fun
mukbang!
video.
Get the nachos and popcorn after.
That's a good idea.
Ooh. Do you really think?
I
Do you
think
need a new
so.
car?
My lease is up, I think, in September.
Would you get it?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think you have room. Your driveway is kind of small because you
My
park in a driveway.
is tight, yeah.
Do you have to park? Do you have to go behind your building to park, or do you park in the driveway?
Just in the driveway, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Because I remember when I lived in those buildings, you have to go through like the gate
There
to get
is
back.
that back parking, but my spot is
In the
like in the
front.
driveway, yeah, in the front.
You know, this truck is electric, right?
That's the wave of the future, babe.
Oh.
We're
Now you're
all
pro.
in the electric car era now. We have actually they get the best parking spots, all the electric cars.
Gee.
I always have them.
Yes.
Even at the freaking AMC.
Yes.
That's the only spots that are available. I'm actually here for it now. I want to test. Oh my God, that's all I'm going to think about now. My birthday is coming up.
You're kind of selling me on it. My boyfriend's been
Right?
trying to like convince me of one. I couldn't even afford it, but
Oh
he really
my God.
wants
First
one.
of all, yes, you're bouge. You have like 2 full-time jobs that pay a lot of money.
Not that much.
I know what one job pays.
That is
It's
expensive.
like, no, you could. I think you're just you're one of those people who's more like, what is it, reserved with your spending.
Oh, very much, yeah.
But truck is a truck. You need it for work.
Do I need it for work?
Yeah, you got to go
you need
around.
to put the SD cards in the back of the truck.
That's true. The SD cards, my makeup,
Yes.
Trader Joe's
Yeah.
bag. Yeah, a lot
That's
of
actually
cargo.
everything. What's in my Tesla? Oh God, I really want one now. Damn, I want one. Damn, maybe we get.
We'll do a Patreon video. We go to the Tesla store and order one. That's
That'd be
actually kind of everything.
fun.
Yeah.
Okay, what if we get Elon Musk on the podcast and we go buy him as like a
That's
celebratory?
fierce.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
He might, I mean, he brings one. Like when he went to Joe Rogan, he brought one with him. And
To give him?
to let him test,
Oh.
drive it around.
Oh,
Well,
and
they
stuff
should
like
gift
that.
it. Why
Yeah.
don't they gift it?
But I think if it's a promotional thing, there's more chance of us.
Oh my God, please, Elon, come on. And I know everyone doesn't like when I tweet him to come on. I just want a Tesla truck. I want to find out about space, and that's it. Damn. Okay, let's get one. I'm excited. This year, manifesting it for us. How fun. I mean, I love cars. I do. But that's actually like, I thought they were like $500,000. Like, that's not bad.
I guess, yeah, if you were thinking that much.
Do you have to pay in full if you order one?
No, I don't think so. No, I think
No?
you could definitely finance some. Mine is my Tesla's a lease, but
Yeah, we lease.
yeah.
Love it. We're getting one. Tesla.
Due today, only $250 when you order.
$250?
Yeah.
No. Wait, what? Really? I want it. Damn, I want one now. That's all I'm going to think about. That's so cool.
Oh my God, you're very influential because now I'm like, wow, they are kind of cool. But I
Right?
literally hated them yesterday because we saw one driving by. My boyfriend's like, ooh, Cybertruck. And I'm like, oh, that looks like a 3D printed like video game car. And now I'm like, oh, they're so cool.
They're cool. Well, see Kim Kardashian getting out of hers. She looks really cool. She looks so tiny. She was getting a little Starbucks, and I'm not going to Starbucks, but I'm just saying she was going, and she just looked cool. I was like, God, going to get Wendy's nuggets and that, just stepping out.
Wow, you're really selling
Yeah.
it. Oh my God.
I love cars. I do. I don't know what. It's like not making me like a car head where I'm like, oh, that car's so sick. But whenever I see a car that I like love. And
Uh-huh.
that's all I think about. I'm like, I need this car.
I've never been like that, but now when I hyperfixate on something, though.
I know, me too. I'm going to get it because I'm like, I need this car. And I'll think of a million reasons why I
push
need
present.
it. Yeah. Oh my! I saw someone show a push present. It was a white Cullinan in with pink interior. I was like, okay, what? How is that a push present? Like that's so wild. But honestly, yes. Especially if it's our last baby, we need a big push
Go big.
present. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. Did you see the TikToker who cured her kidney infection with peyote? No. Did you see it? You know, she is like this girl that has like blonde dreadlocks, and she goes, and I know that that's my vibration, and I attract
I do know
you know
this
that
girl,
girl. Okay,
yeah.
yeah. She's getting canceled now because her latest song is saying that she cured her kidney infection with peyote, or some people said she wasn't really clear. It could be her. She also said she cured her kidney cancer with good vibes, and people are like, this is. They're like, it wouldn't be bad, but it's sharing guided medical information
Yeah.
that you cannot cure cancer with good vibes. But I don't know if she said cancer or infection, and that's where the debate is. And did she cure it with peyote or the good vibes, or is it a mix of both? You know what I mean? What is peyote?
cactus.
So
People usually take it to trip and stuff. So.
Oh.
I mean, I guess anything's possible, but I don't know if this is. I guess she's got to prove it now because people are mad. I,
mean,
think you got to prove.
First of all, if she's tripping, everything is cured. Everything is good.
It's like everything's
like,
fine.
she's living in her own reality.
Well, people are mad that she's spreading medical information about it.
Yeah,
But-
you gotta be careful about
Yeah.
that.
But you saw her. You saw the videos, right? Mm-hmm. Do you look at that video and think this is the person I'm going to follow for medical attention?
You know what?
Maybe.
That is tea.
I don't know.
No, people are always looking for a new guru, guide, god. Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I like this girl. She's cute. You know, let me follow her teachings.
Right, exactly. And that's for them to do. I mean, even Steve Jobs, when he had cancer, he decided, I'm just going to eat fruit and vegetables and I'm going to cure cancer. And he died. So
Of cancer, or what did he die of? Oh, well. Guess that didn't work out, but
I'm saying,
oh, she's alive. I don't know. I guess we got to investigate further if she's had that or it was just an infection. I think there's two different things.
I just admire her, the amount of stuff that's on her. Like, I can't even put a ring on my hand or a bracelet, or she has her whole house on her.
Yeah,
it's quite
she's
amazing.
Quite wild. Well, people are turning against her. I like her. I don't know. Actually, I don't know anything about her. I don't like this part about it. I'm like, when people like try to say they cure something like wild, unless you can like prove it, right? Like you did no treatments and like there was an infection. Like what is the infection? Like I don't know. I know it's this day and age of a get to prove everything, but you kind of have to when it comes to this kind of stuff.
Yeah, you can't make a big claim like that and not back it up a little bit. You know what I mean?
She just rhymed it in a song. This is what happens though. Even the person with like good vibes on TikTok will get canceled. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, once you have like a following, you kind of have like a little bit of a responsibility
Yes.
to like not be as
No, for sure.
reckless. And that goes for everyone, really.
I believe in good vibes 100%, but
yeah. I believe in good vibes to a degree, for sure.
I don't know, to say like even good vibes like cured your depression. It's like, okay, well, that's kind of also dangerous because what if someone is very depressed and their good vibes weren't helping? And so then they're like, okay, well, I guess I'm just a hopeless cause. Let me just unalive myself. You know what I mean? It's like, well, they said good vibes would help me and I had good vibes for a week and it didn't. Mm-hmm. I think the good vibes have to last a lifetime. So wait a lifetime before you can decide if it's...
And claim that they're the sole reason for curing anything.
Or just don't jump to conclusions. Like, you know what I mean? Because I always think, like, if someone's like, oh, good vibes didn't cure my depression, and then they just, like, unalive themselves, it's like, just wait your life out to see if maybe they'll cure it later on.
Yeah. Or just get medical help.
That too. Always that. There's always doctors. I'm all about meditation, but, there's... I don't know if it cured my depression. I get depression. I get cry here and there, so I think depression's kind of there forever, right?
Yeah.
Chronic.
Yeah, I think it kind of like comes and goes in ways because I think I had it. Oh, I know I had it in 20. Oh my God, it was around when I was working at Target, 2013.
Target sues you. Target gave me depression. Working gives me depression. It does. I mean, it's sad. Sometimes it's sad to work.
No, it is, especially if you're unhappy with. Then it makes it worse, right? Then there's like, oh my God, you're like in a pit and you can't really get out of. But I went to therapy and that helped me, but it doesn't help anyone. But that's why it's like you can't just say like, oh, therapy's gonna solve your problems because it's different for everyone, And
like it doesn't necessarily cure it either. It could like help it.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's like it could cure it or whatever.
Yeah. So I feel like it's good to say like what like
helps
you, but not claim that it's for everyone,
right?
And not like. That's why even with like the Ozempic or whatever, like which again I have not even lost that much weight, so I'm not even like
But you lost weight on it.
I lost weight and then I gained weight, and then this month I lost a little bit of. So I think my total net loss is like 6 pounds in total after 4 months. It's something.
I would
guess.
take that for sure. 6 pounds is better than gaining 6 pounds.
So I don't know if I'm not like a good spokesperson. They're gonna like say, please stop talking about it.
Well, you say Ozempic. I don't think that's the medical term of it, so no one really knows.
But it's like. I say that I'm doing it, but I'm not like an advocate for it. You know what I mean? It's like it's something I'm doing, but do your own research and
always.
I feel like that's the way you got to talk about issues these days.
Yeah, I feel like she was like on a path, but kind of. I think the kidney infection. People with kidney infections are probably like, stop. Like, doesn't just cure it with good vibes. That's a tough one. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if we love her. I don't know.
I know. Same.
Some people say she's problematic. I don't know. Like dreadlocks. I don't know if you can wear dreadlocks. I don't know.
No, that's a whole other debate. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Wish all the best.
Wish all the best. I'm sure the good vibes help something. The peyote probably helps a lot. So like, I'm sure it does. Like Moses says, like you might be just feeling great, Did she even go to a doctor to see if it's cured, or she just cured it herself? You know, and sometimes I feel like I diagnose myself with a lot of things too. It's like, oh, I have this, you know, whatever. And so it's like, does it cure it? I don't know. I think in my depression, I might have diagnosed myself. Like, I don't think I've ever had someone be like, you're depressed. I'm trying to think. Oh, maybe postpartum. Someone told me I had postpartum.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard to diagnose it sometimes, though. What's the difference between being sad and depressed?
I think for me, it kind of went hand in hand with like just being fully like being like fully numb, like not really feeling any emotion, but then also like not wanting to like communicate at all. Like I like shut myself off. Like I was too anxious to like talk to people or like see anyone.
So I have a little anxiety with it. It's not just regular sadness.
It was like this weird like mix of like, like I couldn't like go out. I couldn't like be in public, you know, or just be around people.
Yeah, it's
general.
like crippling almost. Yeah. As opposed to sadness, you just kind of feel it and it goes away.
Yeah. So it is, but that's another one where it's like such a spectrum for like so many.
Yeah,
people.
I always think of trdepression too. Like sometimes I just cry for no reason, but I'm like not sad. So I'm always like, is this depression? But I'm not sad. And it's like to talk to someone about it, it's like there's nothing going wrong with my life. I just cry. And sometimes I get really sad for no reason.
I know, like when I was in therapy too, like I was trying to talk about it, and then like after a few sessions, like after like a month, and I was like I thought I still needed help, but my therapist was like, I think you should just like stop coming. And I was like, oh. Okay. I was like, okay. I'm like,
cured.
I know. Literally. And I was like, I still kind of feel sad, but I guess I kind of got it to like a normal point, I guess. I don't know.
We can manage
but maybe
it.
I was talking about the same stuff over and over again. So it was like,
you can stop.
I
I had a really good therapist in West Hollywood, and he told me the same thing. He's like, I don't think you need to come anymore. And I was like, really?
I know. Isn't it shocking?
I would love to keep talking. I referred him even to like my sister. I like loved this guy so much. I like wanted to be his friend. He was great. He was queer too. I
knew. I remember you talking about this one.
Did I ever told you his name? I'm not gonna say it,
but I remember in like your YouTube videos you would talk about him.
Did I? I really liked him.
Yeah.
I really did. There's never been a therapist I liked, and I just like he just understood so much, and he was so calming, and I was just like, of course I had to like look him up, and because I didn't know he was one of those ones where we would have no idea, and I looked him up, and his whole thing is just being like a gay therapist.
Yeah.
I loved it though. His whole page was rainbows. Maybe he'd buy my rainbow book because he was bougie. He was in West Hollywood, had a fancy like thing. Loved him. I just Googled him too and I found him. He was so good.
What did you Google? Gay therapist?
No, I think I literally just typed in like therapist and it was like one of the first ones that came up. I think that's how it happened. It was wild. He saved me in 2019. But then he told me to stop coming, so I was like, okay.
This is a terrible transition, but speaking of depression, question mark. Amanda Bynes posted an update.
Oh.
Did you see her update?
Real one? So what's her real one? It's Instagram, not TikTok.
This was, on her Instagram story, she posted an update.
I didn't see.
I think it was just a text, like, story. Mm-hmm. She said that she's doing a lot better now, but she said, I've gained over 20 pounds in the past few months from being depressed. I'm doing a lot better now, and I've learned to do opposite action when I don't feel like working out or eating clean. This part's kind of sad. I weigh 162 right now, and I want to get back to 110, she concluded.
Ooh.
That part.
110 is
teeny.
And she's taller.
Yeah.
But that's tiny for anyone.
Yeah. But at least the part about doing better, I was like, okay. I'm happy
That's
for
good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have we seen her? Has she posted like she did, I guess. She was like in someone's like on their patio of like their apartment or something like that.
Yeah, I think last month then she posts an update about like her manicurist license, like retaking the test.
Oh, did she do it? I know she talked about it, but I didn't know if she
talked about like wanting to do it again. I think that was a recent-ish update, right?
Like a month ago or something.
So at least there's that. But God.
Hers is so sad. Yeah, we finally watched the full Quiet on Set. Like I didn't watch the whole thing. We finally watched it. And it's like, God, she was just such a different person. Like just the life in her and I don't know. But she said has nothing to add to it. That she doesn't have any. She never had any stories against Nickelodeon, right? There's never been one thing she's talked about.
No, I think the only stuff that's come up has been about like her parents, like with the whole emancipation thing. And stuff too, but she's never said anything specifically about like child stardom or Nickelodeon.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
Even in her, like, when she was a little more, like, the rambling tweets and stuff that she used to do back in the day.
I don't think so. Especially because I feel like it would be brought up as, like,
Interesting.
a statement now.
Well, it seems like a lot of people did not experience, like, Melissa Joan Hart and Kenan Thompson. Like, it seemed like a lot of people didn't experience that side.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And everyone's stories are, like, different, obviously.
Well, even, like, Drake Bell was saying, like, he had only positive interactions with Dan Schneider, and he was, like, supportive of him during the trial and stuff. So.
Yeah. So it's, like, different for everyone. And I think from what I kind of, like, gather, I feel like the star, like, he like pick Dan Schneider would like pick one and like put all his attention on them,
right?
You know? So I feel like the chosen ones were likely treated well because I mean,
for
same
sure.
with like Miranda Cosgrove, doesn't mean nothing has ever happened to her, but hasn't said anything.
Yeah.
So I feel like the one that he chooses as a star is usually like treated better,
of course,
yeah,
than
like a Josh Peck situation, you know.
But Josh hasn't said anything, or he's the star.
He was treated, because he like was picked to get his own show, you know, like to get the spinoff. So I feel like
they did so many spinoffs. I never realized that. Like every show was a spinoff of another
literally,
show. I was like, that's crazy.
Same like the process. Like he literally just picked a star from like the ensemble and then like moved on to the next one. That is like so enticing to be like, oh, we could get our own show. Mm-hmm.
So like Drake and Josh was a spinoff of the Amanda Show, and then was iCarly a spinoff of Drake and Josh? Or, okay, and then from there was who? Victorious or Sam and Cat?
So Victorious was a spinoff of Zoe 101.
I didn't
Victoria
know.
Justice was in Zoe 101. She was a friend of Jamie Lynn Spears.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then she got her own
for Victorious, and then
Sam and
Cat from both iCarly and Victorious. Wow. Yeah.
That's crazy. I mean, everyone was like, oh, he was so great at his job. I'm like, really? You just picked someone from that and went to the next one. You know what I mean? It's like, it's not that great.
Yeah. It's crazy that all the shows were like so successful. I don't know. It is
crazy.
So odd, but it just made me sad because like growing up, I just remembered being so like pumped, like, oh, new episode of like Amanda. I think it was Teen Nick. Like it was like new episode of Amanda Show, new Drake and Josh, or new Zoe 101, new all that. I loved all that and Amanda Show were like my two favorites when I was little.
Me too. Oh, I wanted to be on those shows so bad.
Same.
And like looking back at the Amanda Show, that was like you really wanted to be that show and be that girl.
And I remember like, the Kids' Choice Awards. Like I would vote for the Kids' Choice Awards.
Oh yeah.
I would call and like
same. I loved it.
And like Amanda Bynes genuinely like seeing the old clips of.
I know.
My boyfriend who has never seen like any of those shows like was laughing at the clips of the Amanda Show just because she's so like her comedic timing is always so good in every single thing she does.
No, she was so funny. It's like so weird to like look back at that and I was like, God, she was so little but so good. And like carried this whole show like a sketch show.
And I didn't realize like what I like about you. She was just 16. Like she seemed older, but yeah, like her. Literally a movies, prodigy, like her acting.
Yeah, What a Girl Wants, She's the Man, Hairspray, like she's just so good. Easy A, I mean she was older, but so good.
So good in Easy A. Everything she did was like so iconic.
Yeah, I know. I just wondered how was there no one just to help her along the way, like her parents or something, even as an adult when she has like mental health problems, which she's like admitted to and stuff like that. And so it's like, was there just no one around?
I feel like the family dynamic just is such a key factor in like child stardom too, like because the ones that kind of have better stories at least have like family involved to maybe that's like extra layer of like protection or something, you know. But even like in Quiet on Set they said like, oh, Amanda's dad was just like always on set, like he was just like a figure that would keep everyone like in line, like almost like another producer or something, is what the kids said he sounded like. So it is weird how like it's just so different for everyone. That's why I feel bad like other people getting dragged into it because like everyone's experience is going to be different
for sure,
you know?
Yeah, it's like you can't really talk about someone else's because they're like, I didn't see anything, I didn't know anything.
Yeah,
their family was different, their family was involved or not involved.
And it's dicey because like you don't want to invalidate someone else by saying that you didn't have that experience, you know.
The ones being silent are smart. It's like they obviously have nothing to add.
Yeah,
they don't want to add anything, so it's like
even like Jeanette McCurdy, like in her book, obviously she talks about like Dan Schneider a lot, but she's still like, so close with like Miranda Cosgrove. Like she still talked like so positively about Miranda. And obviously like Miranda hasn't come forward one way
to add
another.
And she'll want to be like, well, I was treated great because I was a star,
like
you know.
That kind of situation where she's not saying anything.
Has Jeanette McCurdy said anything about Quiet on Set?
To contribute, yeah.
She'll be like, well, I was
yeah.
Star, you know?
Yeah.
Has Jeanette McCurdy said anything about Quiet on Set? Yeah.
No. which I guess kind of makes sense. I mean, she's like one of the catalysts for it, I think, because like her book was so like gigantic.
No, I just feel so bad because like all these people are coming
But
now, like,
yeah, it is weird, especially because like
you said, like just not saying something.
I don't know. I just feel so bad because like all these people are coming forward now, like having to say something. Like the way, like you said, like just not saying something. I feel like if they're not saying something, it's for a reason. You know, it's either like they have their own trauma or they just don't want to
but it was before
invalidate
kind of that
so
era.
Just kind of like respect that. Sad relationship news. Actually, we have a couple of sad relationship news updates, but Gypsy Rose and Ryan Anderson separated 3 months after her prison release.
Wow.
Are you surprised by that development?
You know, it's the Pete Davidson of it all. Once you start dating him, you meet him once and it's all downhill. Now, that should be something you're worried about, Moses. Like, keep me away from Pete Davidson, you know, because I feel like as soon as you meet him, he's like the Ariana Grande, you know, he's just like, once you meet him, it's over. It's
Did
done.
she actually meet Pete Davidson?
Yes.
Oh, I had no idea.
Oh, really?
I thought that was a joke.
No, this is April Fool's today, and I saw it like 2 or 3 days ago. It's
was it
real.
Poo Crave or did you really see it?
It was poo. It was not Poo Crave. It was literally everywhere. I'm surprised you didn't see it.
I definitely didn't see that.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
That's dangerous.
But I don't know if they're like actually dating or they just like hung out. I don't know. Do you
Gypsy,
know?
now I need to look this up. Are you
It's so
serious?
real. Yeah, like it was so real. I was like, oh, that's so random. But it makes sense because I feel like he goes with whoever's like popular at the moment. You know.
Please tell me this is not the paparazzi photo that you were.
Yes, that was everywhere. That was. Wait, what? I swear that is so real. Like, because Photoshop experts were looking at it and they're like, "Oh, like there's no way this would be photoshopped." Like,
No.
like there's video of it or something. I swear.
Do you remember the photo of Ariana Grande licking the lollipop and looking up at Pete Davidson?
No. Yeah, I mean, they would. I would know if it's like something obvious Photoshop. Everyone would call it out, but all the comments were like, "No, there's video. You can tell this is this date. Like she's wearing this. Like,
are you serious?
Yeah, I don't know where they met.
I don't think it's a real photo. You're sending me spiraling. There's no way.
Everyone said it was. Look, I would be the first to be like, okay, let me make sure this is not fake because I look at comments and everyone's like, no, this is real. I saw it on TikTok. I swear there was video. I might be buzzing on that, but I'm pretty sure there was a video. I'm surprised you didn't see it. You haven't even seen the picture.
I don't think it's real. There's no way that this would have not been a lead story at Entertainment Tonight if Pete Davidson was holding hands with Gypsy Rose.
Entertainment Tonight's like real. They're like talking about Kate Middleton's cancer. And
really?
like,
because we interviewed Gypsy Rose and did like 3 days of interviews with her.
Maybe you should check it. Maybe you should check your emails right now. They're
That's
probably
true.
texting you. Put up a TikTok
I don't
about
be
this.
looking at my email like that. But oh my, I can't believe it's real.
Who does give you your alerts for ET?
We have you know what a Slack channel is?
No, what's a Slack channel? What is that?
It's like an IM kind of thing.
And they're like, this is happening right now.
They go like at, and then they'll tag everyone. Be
Well,
like,
they need
breaking
to
news. Yeah.
Step it up.
I can't
The
tell if
Slack
you
mail.
believe it or not. Are you being real?
I'm being real. Are you being real? Because like, why is that hard to believe?
I recognize the outfit that she's wearing as well. Like, hold on.
Oh my god, but it's Gypsy Rose. Do you think she's Kim Kardashian and has like 20 outfits that she's wearing for the paparazzi? That's why I recognize that. Well, of course, I wore these leggings 10,000 times. Like, that's crazy that you wouldn't believe that.
Yes, this is the first photo of her leaving prison. Look, the same bags.
Okay, but with Pete, she was carrying bags too?
Yes, the same bags.
I just feel like if it was fake, you would know right away. You'd be like, yeah, that's definitely fake. But you
I
didn't
did
know.
say that. But you gaslit me into thinking it was real.
I'm not gaslighting you. The comments say that it is.
Well, they gaslit you, and now
Well.
you're continuing the cycle of
I
gaslighting.
think it's a body double. It's like Kate Middleton.
I don't know. I think it's possible they met. Like it's like that's not out of the realm. Like if they're dating, okay, that's one thing, that's something else. But I don't believe that, obviously. I don't know. Let us know what you think. Because honestly, everyone was so convinced it's real.
Leave a comment down below. if
Because
it's
I
real
looked
or
at the
not.
comments. I didn't want to be another like, oh, this is AI, you're so stupid, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, no. Anyways. He does seem to be the person, the pattern.
That's true. I mean, if you're gonna rebound with anyone, I guess Pete Davidson is the way to go.
It's very, yeah, it's like, and I don't know, yeah, she doesn't look like a Kim Kardashian, but, you know, Ethan Slater doesn't look like Big Sean, you know what I mean? Like,
That's
it's
true.
You just go with who you go with.
Yeah,
you know?
the heart wants what it wants.
Is that a
Selena Gomez song,
we
yeah.
love a Selena Gomez reference.
They both lost a parent. I'm sure they have a lot in common.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. Gypsy Rose, we live icon.
I mean, You sent me spiraling because I was not ready for the Pete Davidson of it all.
I'm not convinced it's not real just because she's wearing the same outfit. Oh, it's the same.
It's a great photo because it looks like they've been married for years. They just went grocery shopping and
maybe we're talking about a different photo. I feel like I just saw one of them walking. They don't look like they were like in
they
love.
They were holding hands in the photo you saw.
I don't look and like zoom in, but they look like they're just walking. I
don't know either.
Okay, well, I'm genuinely confused. I never know. Like, I can, like, usually you'd be like, no, that's AI, that's whatever. But you were like, didn't know either.
No, I mean, I saw it and I was like, this has to be fake because I recognized the Pete outfit from a different paparazzi shot, and then I recognized the Gypsy Rose outfit. It's the first outfit she wore out of prison. It's like pretty iconic.
What is it? A blue sweater?
Yeah, blue sweater.
Well, that's why she's wearing it again. She's like,
it's freedom.
Wanted to wear it multiple times. It's her iconic outfit.
She left the marriage prison into.
So did they say why the divorce?
No, this is so, listen, think what you want of Gypsy, but this is kind of camp. She changed her Facebook relationship status to separated, which I thought was so fierce. I loved it.
Oh, I love a change of Facebook status. I love that.
That took me back. Now I'm like, I should go back and put in a relationship. I haven't logged in on
single?
Facebook.
I changed mine to married right away. I was
Really?
like, yeah. I was so happy to finally do that. I used to change mine to in a relationship all the time just to like pretend. So I didn't look like a loser. I was like, in a relationship, but now I can actually say I'm married. Because you didn't always have to put 2, but now you have to. Oh my God. Okay, never mind. Didn't.
What?
Okay. We wouldn't edit this out if it's like weird, but didn't Gabby Hanna say she was like married to Bo Burnham or something?
Yeah.
Or in a relationship with or something?
Yeah.
But how did it get verified? Because you have to verify on the other end. Like I say I'm married to Moses, so he has to verify on his end. So how did she verify it?
I think she just said it.
No, it was like it was like in the thing, like in a relationship with, and her profile picture was him, and it was like tagged him too. So I was like, did he maybe? And everyone thought it was like so real.
Yeah. She made a fake Facebook account for Bo Burnham.
Oh,
That's why. She says she would like and comment on her own post from the fake Bo account to make it seem more realistic.
What?
That's kind of fierce too.
Right, hindsight.
Yeah.
The moment you're like, damn. Oh my God, wait, why? Did she actually say why? Did she say it was like a social experiment or something?
She just said that she was obsessed with Bo Burnham since she was 15 years old.
Oh my God.
He is my favorite comedian, my idol, my inspiration. He's the reason I have a Vine account. I was a bit of a fangirl, and by fangirl, I mean stalker. So she...
Okay.
Yeah.
Self-aware.
Yeah.
Damn. But that's what's crazy, though, is like... Not crazy. That's a bad word to use for this. But like... kind of scary though in general, because like if you become such a fan of someone and then you create this thing like that you're in a relationship, like how do you know? Like she's obviously fine, whatever, but how do you know if they're unwell or not, you know?
I'm sure that happens all the time.
But she was like famous. She's like another influencer, so you wouldn't think that person's gonna make it up, you know?
I guess. I feel like if it was pretty easy to fact check, I feel.
I don't know.
She said, I was telling myself the whole time that it was just a joke and I was being funny, but low-key I was living this really creepy fantasy. Oh, I guess you're onto something.
That's, yeah.
No,
like,
but it crosses the line when you know, like identity, like...
Yeah, you like make an account for that person.
That's crossing the line. If it doesn't say parody, then...
Right. Like my MySpace was Mrs. Tarantino at 18 and I had pictures of Quentin, but like it was obvious that I was not married to Quentin Tarantino.
Wow.
Although some people still think I am. There was...
Gypsy.
Oh, she didn't say why.
No, she didn't say why specifically.
I mean, but that makes sense. Like, you just got out of prison. Like, you don't want to be married.
Yeah.
I guess the D was not that fire. Didn't keep that long.
I guess when at the beginning it must have been because it's new.
Of course, yeah.
Like,
I mean, you get out of prison. I'll take anyone who's gonna pick me up. I've seen there's shows about that, like getting out of prison and like the people pick them up. I don't know what show it was, but there was a girl that was getting picked up by her husband or boyfriend or something, and she was so disgusted by him in the car. Like I don't know what show it was, but she was just like, yeah, like he was trying to kiss her, and she's like, and she's like pulling away. She was just like not into it because like in prison you want some companionship, but when you're out, it's like especially Gypsy, she does probably get like celebrity status out here, so it's not like unthinkable to have like a Pete Davidson come for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm sure she does get celebrities in her DMs. I'm sure Drake at least, he kind of goes for everybody. I feel. And I like that. I like the equal opportunity where they just don't go for the hotties. They go for not that Gypsy Rose is not hot, but the traditional, the Karinas of the world. You know what I mean?
Has he been with anyone who's not like a model?
Drake?
Yeah,
for sure.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I don't even know his history, but I'm sure he has. Like Usher, Usher doesn't always go for the supermodels, and I love that.
I'm gonna pause. I have another
Oh.
to add to the Gypsy, but that reminded me of the Drake thing that I saw. That he's giving people like this pendant, like I forget who it was, like Sexy Red, you know her.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Her and then I think a couple of guys too, like this big pendant. But it's like it's supposed to be like his balls.
Oh, yes.
What is up with that?
I mean, yeah, Drake's a freak. Like, we know this, and I feel like that's so weird. Is it supposed to be his?
I'm assuming.
It's kind of small.
See, yeah.
Like, wouldn't you want it to be life size? And are they actual diamonds? And also, if Drake gave me like a bowling necklace of his nutsack, I would immediately. That's like something where I feel like you cause alarm, right? There's a commotion for that. There's like, that's you write in your book, you know, Trisha Rising. That's gonna, you know, I don't know. I just think it's so weird and unwanted, probably. Don't give me your nutsack. I don't care how many diamonds are in it. It's also, that sounds a little degrading.
Trisha Rising.
Trisha Rising. That's a good one. I love it. Maybe my agency can get me that book deal.
Oh my god, that is funny. That's true.
Would you take it?
To resell it? Yeah, I mean,
Get
it has
diamonds.
to be worth something.
I don't think so. We're talking about the Rolex as being aftermarket. And I think like when you make something custom like that, no one wants it just for the diamonds. I have a Rolex full of diamonds and no one wants it to take the
Really?
diamonds out of it, you
You
know?
need to have it without the diamonds, the original sack.
I just don't think the resale value is going to be high, but you know.
I guess if it's free.
Especially because probably so many people get it.
Yeah, how many people got them? And why? That sounds like, yeah, that sounds like dropping an air tag in someone's thing. It's like you've been touched, you know, by this or whatever,
Like,
but
you've been nutted.
teabagging. Yeah, that's too.
I thought maybe it was an April Fool's, but I'm pretty sure it's real.
Oh, was it out today?
I saw it this morning.
No, April Fool's, 1,000%.
But
Yes! You said I'm gullible. There's no way. Okay.
But they held it up, and like, I guess, yeah, maybe
They're
it's
all
April
part of an
Fool's.
elaborate prank. I hate April Fools. I hate it so
too.
much. It's so stupid. Like Jack in the Box being like, oh, we stopped selling our breakfast now. We're never longer serving it anymore. I was like, that's not really an April. No one cares that much. I don't know. I don't like it.
That's the day that fast food should put out to try, you know, like Wendy's with the surge in prices. Like they should all do it on
Right.
April Fool Day.
As a temperature test.
Yeah, if it doesn't-
Try it out. Yeah, because I know people have like announced pregnancies like for real on April Fool's Day. I'm like, it's just a bad day. Although I just posted, maybe people think I'm April Foolsing them being in Rolling Stone.
Happy birthday, Scotty Sire.
Yeah. Oh, did you post that on your story?
No, oh, I should.
Happy birthday, Scotty Sire.
From the Just Trish fam.
Oh my God, watching you interview him, I'm just like, he is like sweet, but just so boring. Like you're so inviting and so engaging, and you're just like, God, like some people just are not, that's it. Some people are just not good at interviews. Like they literally give us nothing, you know? It's like Carly and Aaron too. And it's like, not to say they're not nice, or maybe they had their fans. Okay, people find them entertaining, but it's like, the lack of interview skills some people have, but I guess that's why not everyone should be interviewed, because they gave you like one word replies, and you're just like, okay, give me something, you know?
At least it was probably new for them back then. I mean, it was new for David, but he's just like extra
So
charismatic,
good.
so he can carry it.
I think
you know?
it comes natural to people.
Yeah.
I think it's like, that's why some people just don't do interviews, because they're probably not good at it. Not to say like Carly and Aaron, but to put them in the same categories, like Leonardo DiCaprio, you know, he doesn't really do interviews, and The Weeknd, he doesn't really do interviews either. So you're in good company, but maybe they know they're not good interviewers or conversationalists. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. There's probably something to that. I love an interview. I'd rather just go promote. I wish I had stuff to promote because I love doing an interview, but I have nothing to promote. Like, I was asking Rosa, how do I get on Joe Rogan? He's like, you have to have something like a book or something to promote. And I was like, I just want to go and talk, you know? Like, I don't need to, like, promote anything. I always like that about people on podcasts. On ours, too. People just come on just to chat. But, like, yeah, that's what a podcast is, right? You don't have to promote something.
Well, I would interview you when you really had nothing to promote. Like, the first time was just, like, you were mukbanging, and you were promoting, I guess, your mukbangs. Like,
that was weird. Well, that was weird. Even then, I was like, that's kind of odd. They just want me to come on and do. That's true, right? At least the tour, there was like a tour happening.
We had like behind the scenes.
That felt very real. That felt very Britney Spears. You at the tour rehearsal. You're filming my dancers. They're like stretching behind me. You guys are like, have them stretching.
Everything. On location.
I love that. I love that one. Yeah, but the other ones, I guess you're right. I had nothing to promote. No, I think that one time I was promoting a subscription box.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I
Glitter.
remember having, yes. And then you have the glitter popcorn in there. Yeah.
That was kind of everything,
It
though.
was kind of ahead of the time, because now I feel like they put edible glitter in everything these days.
That's very true.
Like the water talk people always put edible glitter in their water.
Ew, I wouldn't want that. Why? That's so ick. No.
Water talk is pretty crazy. I see him only when they get reposted to Twitter, and it's kind of sad because they are getting roasted. But I guess that's the nature of content.
What are they saying about it? Why are they roasting them?
Just because they put so many like artificial like things.
They're like, okay.
It's like fake glitter. It's like blue raspberry sauce. It's like all this,
I always thought that back in the day they used to put those like Mios. Remember those squeezy like Mios?
I still use those.
No.
Yeah, the lemonade. Shout out Lemonade Mio.
What's in them?
I don't know, but it tastes like lemonade, so it's...
That's why I was like, just drink water. Like, everyone needs... it helps me drink water. I'm like, but there's, like, weird shit you're putting in your water. Just drink water. As someone who's, like, the most unhealthy process, everything is, like, water is, like, literally so easy to drink. Like, just drink water.
But I also, like, never drink soda, so sometimes I just want, like, a sweet, like, beverage.
I love a soda. Did we have it when we went to the movies? Did we get sodas?
Yeah, we did.
I love a soda. I was thinking about the acid cut. I really want to get popcorn and nachos again. There's only one movie I want to see coming out, the Zendaya one.
Oh, Challengers.
Yeah. She made a joke that this was like, she's like, where did you learn these moves or kissing? And she's like, Disney or something. And I was like, ooh, not the time, girl.
I guess Disney was a little bit safer than...
But still, with all the Nickelodeon stuff coming out. Because what was it? Like her just like making out with two guys or something like that?
Yeah. Oh, which... That movie looks good too. There was another interview where like the two guys, like they were all making out together, or like Zendaya was kissing both of them, and then the two guys started making out. Which was
in the interview or in the scene?
In the scene, but it was like improvised. Like they just took it upon themselves to make out, and I believe they're both straight. I believe
Mike Feist definitely is. I love Mike Feist. He was the original Connor in Dear Evan Hansen.
Oh, and he was in something with Rachel Zegler, West Side Story.
West Side Story. Didn't love it as much, but I
just know Rachel posted him, so I'm like, oh, love him.
I love him too. He's very mysterious, but he is straight. He's been in a relationship with a woman for quite a while.
I think gay Twitter is like going crazy for him. So I
really,
think new it boy alert.
Oh
like,
no!
Yeah.
I like to gatekeep this one because I really didn't know him before. He was like, I remember seeing Dear Evan Hansen with Ben Platt, and he was the Connor, and I was just like, I thought he was so hot, and I was like, "Oh, I really like this one." And then he got West Side Story. I was like, "Okay, no one's picking up heat too much." And then I saw he was in the Zendaya movie. I was like, "No!" I was like, "Oh damn, is he the new It Boy?"
There was one photo of him that had like 50,000 likes. He was like laying out shirtless or something. And everyone was like eating it up.
Oh,
so
he's very I mean, fine. I guess skinny. He's skinny, but most people like the Jeremy Allen White like buff.
I guess. Well, gay Twitter will kind of go crazy for every body type, which is the one good thing about gay Twitter. They hype up a lot of different body types.
They'll do the dad bod, or they'll do
the skinny, the muscular, the everything in between.
Do they have any soft bodies? Like, who's their soft body person?
There's this one guy that was in a commercial, I think an insurance commercial or something, and he was like shirtless in a robe, and I keep seeing him a lot.
And he was in an insurance? Do we know anything else about him?
That's all I know.
Okay, well, gay Twitter, do your thing.
They try. Everyone keeps like posting this one screenshot of the commercial. But
are you on there? Do they ever post you?
I don't think so. Well, I'm also never shirtless, so
we'll give one out there for them. Put it up on the screen right now if they made it this far. See if gay Twitter catches on. It's kind of everything.
It is kind of everything.
Well, we love it. I mean, I want to be on gay Twitter.
I wonder if like I could see Ryan, Gypsy's ex now, like becoming like having like a revenge body moment and like being like a new it boy too. I can kind of see that.
I think he'll fall on the wayside. However, I was thinking about Mike Feist being like the new Barry Keoghan, and he like could go with someone like Gypsy Rose. Because Barry went with Sabrina.
Yeah.
Who talks about, we have that on the Hot Topics being horny. But Gypsy Rose talks about being horny too. So
yeah.
I'm over these leaks on Twitter that are like, oh, I think there was a Brecky Hall. Like all these things are leaks.
Really?
And I always want to report it. And I don't think it's like real. Well, they had like Bobby Altoff had a leak. You remember?
Oh, like the AI.
I think Sydney Sweeney had like leaks. And I'm like, oh my God, these people are weird with AI. Like just stop. Because I always want to go report it. So like that's the only reason I go. And then I'm like, okay, it's not even the real thing. It's like just someone.
Yeah, but that's also reportable, I think.
That should, because I don't know Brecky Hall, but I feel supportive, or I feel protective of her because she's like young. And
yeah.
I'm just like, this is gross and disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just hard to report those things too, because you don't want to. The problem is you click on something to report it, and Twitter thinks you're interested in it. So my Twitter keeps getting all these leaks now of people, and I'm just like, I don't want to see this.
Yeah, it's a mess. Because even like when that was happening to Taylor Swift, like it took like her team to like
that's right.
get involved.
And that's Taylor Swift, the biggest, most richest person in the whole wide world.
So it's just like impossible and hellish.
Are you sad that you weren't featured on the Eras tour movie?
Yes.
I'm shocked you didn't make it in, because I saw some of those reactions. I was like, oh, Oscar would have better ones.
I was giving. Like,
Were you crying?
Really... I think I said this before, but when I was like walking in and someone was giving me a friendship bracelet, and I was like in my full cosplay, and
Yeah.
like I saw kind of like where you are, like that's how far away the cameras were.
Oh, okay.
And it was on me. And I saw him out of the corner of my eye, and this girl walked up, gave me a friendship bracelet. Was like, "I love your costume," and I like.
What did you do?
You would have thought
What
I
did you
freaking
do?
got an Oscar. I was like, "Oh my, a friendship bracelet!" I was like, "Oh my god, a friendship for me." Oh my god, thank you so much. I'm Reputation. I was like really giving.
You
I
should
was
have
like,
more like posing like you were doing earlier, like
That's
posing
true.
for the girl, you know?
And then the unfortunate thing is where I was sitting, the camera crew was like pretty close-ish, like to the section near me, but I was like in the middle of the aisle.
Oh,
And I think if I
no.
was on the edge, I could have been in it because I was like really like dancing, especially during Reputation. Another girl gave me a friendship bracelet. She was like, "I was waiting to give it to you during Reputation." I was like,
How many did you get that night?
I was racking them up. I really was.
Wow, you didn't wear them to the show the next day. Like, you go back to school the next day and you like, look at all these rugby. You never wore them. I didn't know that you got all those bracelets. That's sad. Why would you not? Why wouldn't you? Or wear some merch or something?
I wear her merch all the time.
But not the time after.
Oh, yeah.
I would like the bracelets and.
But I did just have like my big Taylor cosplay. We did have the other Taylor day. We were doing a lot of Taylor coverage.
Yeah,
so.
but that was the time. That was the. Oh no, that's so cool. You should have cried. I think if you would have cried,
so,
you can't
too.
cry on command.
I don't think so. But everyone was kind of just like, and because at the end of the credits they showed all these fan reactions.
Yeah.
And there was one guy I saw like walking by. He was featured, but he was just like yelling, like happy. So I was kind of giving that. I'm like, I'm surprised
That's
I didn't make the
crazy.
end credits because I was in the cosplay.
Oh man.
And it was good. It was like exactly her outfit.
And did you go by yourself to that show?
No, not that one.
Who'd you go with? Your boyfriend?
My boyfriend to that one. I went alone to opening night, which was I used to go alone all the time.
That's crazy.
Yeah, like
You don't get overwhelmed, especially in that big of a place with parking and finding your car. And...
when I went alone in Arizona. Was it Arizona? Yeah, Arizona. I was overwhelmed just because it was a different state, and then I didn't have a car, and then I was stranded in Arizona for like hours
Yeah.
because we couldn't get an Uber. So I was overwhelmed with that. But usually, like, I'm just like so focused on like
Getting
the
there.
goal. Like the goal is Taylor, and then once she's on, like I don't pay attention to anything else. So
You're just in the vibe.
yeah.
Oh, I love that.
But especially when I was younger, like the Swiftie, it was like more of a community. I feel now it's a little too full, but
Yeah.
back then it was like
Gatekeep some people out of there. Be like, we don't need all of you guys.
Yeah.
I get that. Someone gets too famous and then you're just like, okay, I'm kind of over this. You know what I
Uh-huh.
mean? Especially when you really love them.
and you were there for so long. Yeah.
Yeah. That's how I feel about Mike Feist.
Now I get it.
I know.
yeah.
I'm like, no, I knew about him. I feel like he was such like a little secret in the theater world. And it makes me so sad. When does that movie come out? It's about tennis?
Soon. Yeah. It's about tennis and a threesome and being horny, I think.
Oh my God, I love it.
Yeah.
Love all of it. I love that
Do you
so
like
much.
tennis?
No, but I like the other parts that were mentioned
You
in
like
the
the
movie.
tennis outfit. So didn't you, Tana and Holly do like a tennis-ish?
Yeah, but I think that was a Holly mood board moment,
Oh,
which
okay.
I don't look at it. There's one picture, and thank God no one posted, but we got a lot back, like maybe 40 back from the photographer. And when we were on the tennis courts, they were like being cute, with their little tennis outfits. Again, I didn't know what I looked like from the back, so I'm like, I'll be the cute one that's like posing like with my butt to the camera or whatever. I was so triggered. I'm literally like, it's Tana and Holly there with their in the front, and they're also behind the what is that, net? I'm in front of the net.
Oh.
And I just look literally 10 times the size of two of them. Like I look like a giant that could eat them. Like it's crazy. And my arm, everything was so bad about this picture. I was like, why did that photographer even loved her? But there was only like one or two in there. That was that. And I was like, maybe I'll send it to you for the B-roll. Cause it was actually so bad. And I just knew I wasn't gonna look good in the tennis outfits anyways. I was like 5 months pregnant and I was like, I'm not gonna look good, but it was cute. It gave like girls next door and they were wearing it. So I was like, okay, I'll get one. But not my vibe. For me personally, I don't look good in it. You know what I mean? Everything else I love. The silk robes, all of it. But yeah, tennis. You're in a tennis outfit kind of. Or is this golf? You're giving me some sport. I mean, you have a lot of prints going on. I feel like if you were on TV, they always say like don't wear little plaids because it like screws with the color. Like it kind of makes it fuzzy.
Yeah.
I love it though. This looks great today.
Oh, thanks.
Well, there's a lot of patterns. What are these all from? Are these all Ralph Lauren? Did I say? I don't know. Your hat is,
Oh,
right?
my hat is, yeah, I
okay.
guess.
I love it. I think Moses has it too. Is that Ralph Lauren?
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
my shirt.
Or is it a knockoff?
Actually, it looks like a polo sport.
Yeah, it looks like a little bit of different. You
Oh.
usually have those, but that's a different. I
Yeah.
don't know.
I feel like this is a shirt Dave Portnoy would wear.
What? I don't think he wears button-ups.
Oh, but that's a. I feel that's. I
don't know.
How I look like a yellow polo shirt.
Just because like it's giving Caucasian or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nantucket.
it
Yeah.
is very Nantucket.
Okay, yeah, I could see that. I don't have to. Okay, maybe. I don't think he wears button up. We love Dave Portnoy. We love a Dave Portnoy reference. You're giving Tiger Woods. You're giving Happy Gilmore.
Okay.
Golfer.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't know
Norman
any other
Bates-
golfers, but
Yeah.
yeah. I really got dressed in such a hurry. I was just like, I don't know what I
like
have.
it.
So I'm like, let me just put whatever on.
I
But
like it all. It's very
the good news,
beige.
it's always good because it's always just like, here, sitting in the pink chair last week, I was like, oh, Lord.
I know you look so cute. You were so tiny. Everyone's like, "Oh my god, Oscar looks so small on it. It looks so good." We should have gotten the wide angle of that because you did look teeny tiny.
It was cute. I did feel like a little, like just a little thing in the
Yeah,
big
I know.
chairs.
We're gonna get you a black one. We gotta get the black one made so you look like it's because it is nice. It does feel like a little bit comfort and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, at least your little elevator was on a little cracked. It's like a cracked folding chair. I see a little crack in it, which is so wild. How did
Saying
it
I'm
crack?
fat?
Well, someone must have sat in it. What are you eating? I want some of that. What are you eating? Oh, Red 40. Nope, can't do it. No Red 40 for me. You know, like some place like Italy and stuff don't even sell Skittles and Starburst.
Really?
Starburst because of the Red 40 or whatever.
Wow.
Yeah, like I think it's Italy that doesn't sell gummies.
Europe is pretty skinny though in general, right?
Yeah. Also, they said the water, everything, the pasta is just different.
I had for cake yesterday at Easter. It was from a French bakery for some reason, and it was light as a feather.
What kind of cake was it?
It was French, and it had
You don't know what kind of cake?
it had like a strawberry cream in the middle, but the cake itself was like it like melted in your mouth because it was so like light and airy.
I love
But
a light
it was so
cake.
good.
I eat like angel food cake for breakfast. Like it's so good.
You would love that cake then. It was very that.
I love light and airy anything that's like good. Maybe it's that one. We had a French guy, actually, a French friend of ours brought us some French macaroons from a store in the valley. Maybe it was the same one.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know whereabouts in the valley?
It's in Northridge next to Outback Steakhouse. I think it's called French Baguette. Shout out French Baguette.
Shout out French Baguette.
Which is
Send
the
us
most
some.
French name ever.
Yeah, they're like, just in case you don't know what we do here, we are the French Baguette. I would love that.
Italian pasta.
Yeah, I would go to that place if there was Italian pasta. Absolutely. I love some pasta too.
Well, I guess speaking of light as a feather, Sabrina Carpenter.
Light as a feather.
Wouldn't. Do you get that transition?
No.
Oh. I feel so much lighter like a feather with
Oh,
you.
was that one of her
My
outro?
life.
Oh,
It's her song.
light as a feather.
Yeah.
I would think, okay. Is she saying she's skinny? It's giving Britney skinny as a needle. I'm as light as a feather.
Which side note, her for Skims that came out today. She looks so good. in
Oh, I
Skims.
know.
Skims gets all the it girls. They're so smart.
God, I want to model for Skims. They had Alex Cooper. They have Sabrina Carpenter, Lana Del Rey.
Your
I want
time
to be.
has to be coming.
When?
Well, now that you're gonna be signed.
At that agency, get me on a skim. They actually ask me every time I'm with like a manager or like a company. They always ask me the two brands. I'm like, there's only two clothes I wear. It's Fashion Nova and Skims.
So
Fashion Nova came back around again, and they're like, "Oh, how about this?" I'm like, "Can't we just like do something? Like, just give me some money, and I will shout you out." Like, I don't know why it's so complicated. And that's all I wear, and Skims is all I wear, and that's all I buy. There's nothing else that fits me, and so I'm just like, okay, Skims, I'm ready. I mean, we love the Kardashians. We only love the Kardashians. We never talk bad about them, so we need to get on there.
right. Yeah.
And we'll continue to. If I get on Skims, done. You can buy
We'll
this
be
journalism.
sold out. Yeah.
You know, but I've always loved Skims no matter what. So, but I don't know what I would be. You have to be like the face of something, like Sabrina Carpenter's in this like sexy lingerie.
What? I'm sure they can make a Trish collection. It wouldn't be that hard.
What would be a perfect one for me?
Something pink, a sparkly collect. Oh, if they did like a sparkly,
They
like
did one.
bling. They did a bling one already.
They did a rhinestone one last year, sold out so quick.
Oh, well, season 2.
Season 2 of the
Yeah.
bling, the bling ring. I'm here for it.
Well, Sabrina
You can
Carp-
model for Skims men.
I would do it.
They
But
do.
actually, Moses, have you ever worn your Skims stuff? Because I've been needing a review.
Yeah, I did. Shirts are good.
You wear them
They're
sometimes.
kind of they're funny, kind of wide
Oh, like
cut to them.
boxy.
yeah, they're boxy.
but good,
That's the
good,
trend.
good quality. Underwear were not good.
There goes the sponsorship.
That's wild, because I'll just say for real, Skims is my favorite underwear in the whole world. I even got my mom, my sister some. Like,
for sure. For yours, I mean, it's amazing. Every time I compliment you on underwear or bra,
It's always Skims.
yeah.
Mine, I'm wearing one right now.
Men is more complicated to get it right because it's like one stitch is missing the,
They haven't perfected
we have
it.
more things going on there. So yeah,
This is the best. I can't show too much, but this is the best. This is like, I had to transition out of wire bras. They have this like bralette now, and it's like really supportive. It goes up to like 4X again. This is like a 3X. And it's just like really nice. It doesn't like dig in. It doesn't dig in here because I'm pregnant. It doesn't dig in back here. It's so nice. It's not just a racer back either. This is, oh, maybe this is a racer back, but they have ones that aren't racer back that I have too. It's just so nice. I just love them so much. So Skims, please hire me. Oh my God, what happened? Was this unraveling? Did people see that? How did that happen?
no, I saw the string inside of your
Yeah.
shirt.
That's
I didn't
so
see that.
weird.
Outside.
Okay. Anyways, we love Skims. Yeah, they don't have, what they don't have is like all the guys that model for Skims are the fit rip. They don't have dad bods.
Yeah.
And
It's
dad
like
bods are in
ripped
now?
Football players or whatever.
Yeah, problematic ones too.
Yeah.
I guess they don't care, but that's wild. I don't know what that is. Okay. The wet spot, and then there's that. I feel like towards the end, it's just like everything starts falling apart. Just chaos. So Sabrina Carpenter, light as a feather. Is she? Oh, I love that for her. Love. I'm going to start saying that. Light as a feather. She should have modeled that collection, like the feather down collection for Skims. Like where they put in the pillows or whatever.
Oh, that would actually be
Yeah.
so fierce. There's like little feathers. Oh, she did like a little pillow fight.
Did she not do it? Because I remember her lingerie was kind of like, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think that was the vibe. I think
okay.
the vibe was just cute girl, right? It was
Did
like
they
the big hair. and,
Yeah.
like, she looked really good.
They get paid a lot, you think, or no? You think they do
don't
it for the
know.
notoriety?
I feel like the Skims campaign is like the new like magazine cover almost. Like, ooh, you want to
yeah.
be this month's Skims girl? And like, yeah, of course.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Give me that. Mm-hmm. That's the next one.
But she is finally talking about the speculation that she's obnoxiously horny because of all her nonsense outros, which you've mentioned a few times too, because you never expected
They
her.
are. I don't know if she is or whatever, but like, I want to know her response, because if her response is like, why are people saying this? This is so weird. It's like, girl, like, it's like Lizzo. I love Lizzo, but like, she's like, people always coming my way. I'm like, your thing is literally Lizzo be eating.
Yeah,
you know what I
that's
mean?
tea.
So I'm like, I don't know. Anyways, that's the whole thing. It's like when I'm like, stop commenting on my eating habits. Meanwhile, just I show,
Mukbanging.
yeah, just chicken nuggets every time you see me eat. I get it. I get why people would think that.
Well, I have to read some of like her most like infamous ones. So she's embraced her sexual side throughout her solo tour, and then also on the Eras tour with Taylor. In Sydney, she's saying, "When you go down under, do you miss me?
Yes.
He's so big, I felt it in my kidney.
Kidney.
Scream so loud, they heard it here in Sydney." And in Singapore,
I like the Singapore one.
told that boy to sit me down on all fours. I told that boy, go faster, now I'm all sore. You hit a little different here, Singapore.
Wasn't there one where she goes, oh no?
that was another.
Okay, I like that one.
Her Chicago one was also really good. She said, water ain't the only thing I swallow. I really wish I could play here tomorrow. My favorite city is Chicago. Also one more. There's just also
you
good.
love all the outros.
They're all so good.
They're great. They're
I just
poetic.
want to ride him like a rodeo, but first you gotta grow it like Pinocchio. Sorry, I'm so vulgar, San Antonio.
I mean, how does she memorize it? How does she know? Like, do you think they write them somewhere on the stage for her?
I think she writes them like day of.
Of course, but like, how do you remember it when you do your whole show? It's like, okay, now I got to remember the change of lyrics. Of
You
this.
would remember. It's like a new outro.
I don't know,
though.
because I watched a lot of those, and I'm like, I don't even think I could remember hers
I think if you like were in rehearsals and you rehearsed it
for
you would
that
remember
day.
it. Yeah,
yeah, I guess maybe.
you have a good memory.
Sometimes. What did she say?
Well, with ad stuff you do. Well, anyway,
With
yeah.
ads. We have ad reads coming next week, and I haven't memorized.
She said that like her outros helped her like learn a lot about her sexuality. She said it's funny writing the outros because I feel like I've learned a lot more about my sexuality than people think. I think people think I'm just obnoxiously horny when in reality writing them comes from the ability to not be fearful of your sexuality as opposed to just not being able to put it down. So I feel like that's a good perspective
Yeah,
to
I don't
have.
think being obnoxiously horny is even bad. Like, I don't know, it's like a bad thing. It's just, they are. I mean, those outros are obnoxiously horny, but that's like not a bad. That's literally a fact. They're like obviously, obnoxiously, all of it is like the same horny.
And I was thinking about it too, and it's like think of like in the Miley era, if a Disney star was like saying stuff like that, it'd be such a controversy.
Mm-hmm.
But it is cool that like now it's just kind of like camp, like Twitter that gets excited about seeing what the outro is going to be.
Yeah, I don't think it's bad at all because I think so many people are like. I do miss the era some days of like when people could just be like Pamela Anderson. I feel like, you know, whether the girls were just like horny and it was hot. Like I kind of do miss that era, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, how do you do it cutesy? Like she does it camp, she does it cute, without being like just sharing every information. I think that's why I like Tana and stuff. I could appreciate their stories when they're like explicit because it's like no one really shares stuff like that. So you like it, you know what I mean? So like even though yes, it's like horny, it's like not everyone talks like that, and it's kind of like ooh exciting.
Yeah, it's almost refreshing now in a way because I feel like it's. At first, it was like a lot of like it was like pop used to be like very sexy, and then it was like anti that, you know? It was like I'm just the girl next door. And now it's like a mix of both now, which I think is cute. You know?
It's coming back to like being a little sexy, like with Sabrina and stuff like that.
Yeah, and like everyone you were saying like a Tana or like a Sabrina or whatever, like they're still relatable, but then there's also like they talk about the sexiness. Yeah, so it's like a good mix of both. Yeah. Which I think is cute. And like just a genuine like thing, you know. It's like,
there's nothing wrong with it, especially
be both. Like
she's in her 20s. She's with Barry Keoghan.
She said her one piece of advice though is to use protection because she does not want to be pregnant.
Oh wait, like she's giving that advice to people, or that's her advice to herself?
I think Cosmo asked like, "What's your big piece of like advice that you would give to readers?" And she said, "My advice: do whatever feels the most comfortable to you. You can be curious and ask questions, but a lot of it is just going to be you learning yourself. So do whatever makes you feel the most comfortable and safe. At the end of the day, my whole thing right now is whatever you do, don't get pregnant." That's why that's the way I'm living my life. So that's my sex tip. Be smart and use protection.
Okay.
That's fierce.
I mean, protection's also good for like STDs and stuff like that. Yeah. Because there's people who want to get pregnant, Sabrina, but okay, I get that. I get what she's trying to say. But it is funny. They always teach you that just like to protect against pregnancy, but it's like they kind of don't really teach you that to protect against STDs. Like in my school, they didn't. Like you have to wear a condom if you don't want to get pregnant, but they never said anything about STDs. So you're just like,
yeah.
I was like, I don't care about getting pregnant. But then I was like, oh, I get all these STDs. I should have known to. So could add that. Editor's note. Condoms also help prevent STDs.
Yeah.
He said, I get it in my kidney. A lot of kidney talk today. Is that going to be in our title?
Yeah. Exposing kidneys.
Exposing. Oh my God. That'd be so funny.
The truth about kidneys.
Your titles are so good. You're great at those. You're great at titles and thumbnails. Even for our Patreon, I'm always like, wow. The Trader one was crazy. Oscar's a Trader.
I was cackling when I was doing it.
It was good.
I went to go find my photo with David. I was like, how do I do this? Edited your face to look mad.
I love it. I love when I get edited in my face too. I love when you do the eyebrows on people. That's my favorite.
In my head, I'm like, oh, this is so subtle. And then I go back to look, I'm like, this is kind of crazy.
Oh, I love it. And I always look skinnier in the thumbnails. People say that, like, oh, does Oscar have a problem with Trisha being fat? I was like, first of all, I love being chiseled.
But I don't even make you skinnier is the thing. I only really do your eyes. Although I have an app that like enhances the photo quality. So that might do it automatically.
Beautify.
Shout out Remini for...
Oh my God, we should get sponsored. Don't shout them out. Are they paying? Unless they're paying you, and I'm fine with it.
I actually pay them $4.99 a week.
What? So. Get at least free that monthly. You guys are so festive. Oh my God, I wish I would have dressed up more for Easter. You guys look so good. I feel like we're having a little Easter brunch here with our frogs and our flowers and our eggs. And button-ups. God, does it ever get boring wearing button-ups as men?
Yeah, it's like when you try to get dressed up, it's like, oh, okay, I guess I'll wear like a knit button-up. There was a tweet of this boy, and he was like, oh, my outfit is so like CUNT today, and he didn't post a photo, and everyone's like, ooh, like what are you wearing? And then he posted that photo, and it was him in this little like a knit button up.
Aww. They're like, no.
And pants, and everyone was like, well, you look good, but I don't know if that's like CUNT.
Yeah. That's, yeah.
But for a boy, I guess.
God, there's just not a lot. I always look for stuff for Moses too, for like to match us for events. It's always button up. And I'm like, oh my God, don't you ever get tired of wearing a button? I mean, they look great. They look nice, but.
Yeah, it's hard to really spice it up. You know who always used to be able to spice it up? Shout out our weekly shout out Joey Graceffa. When we're on the red carpet, he would always have these like fancy gay like outfits, like very like a lot of hardware and like a lot of
that's the thing, like yeah, you can wear like the extravagant over the top, you look like a magician. I mean, those look cool. Yeah. But it's like, yeah, then it does, like you said, it's like, oh, that looks gay. Like the stuff that's cool for him, you know, they're like, oh, it looks like gay or whatever. Flamboyant. Yeah, that's. Did you ever look at the Fousey Tube clip I sent that showed you? Oh my God, please look that up. Where he's like, I felt ugly, I felt unattractive, I felt fat, I felt gay, and everyone's like, it's like, what?
For a long time, I looked at myself in the mirror and I based myself based on what I read on the comments. I felt worthless. I felt ugly. I felt gay. I felt that like that.
The cut to the audience is crazy.
I felt worthless. I felt ugly. I felt gay.
That is insane. No, the immediate.
What
the
is
immediate,
it?
like, no
Yeah,
offense.
no disrespect. That's what I felt when I said that because I was like, I mean, it's not like bad to look like gay, but everyone,
Like, editor,
whatever.
delete that. Oh no, we're live.
Oh my god, flamboyant's a good word because you know who made it work was Ryan Gosling. Like that was a flamboyant outfit at the Oscars, the pink one, and I was like, oh, that's something you could wear because I do like the flamboyant outfits. I think they look good. It's just like so hard to find them. Yeah, shout out Joey, whoever was his stylist at the time. We love the hardware moment. I love those. Or Alan Cumming, another male style icon that we love.
Yeah.
He really does just make every outfit. And his was good. I think his was like a good balance of like flamboyant and also like masculine too. Like it wasn't over the top.
Yeah.
I loved it. Oh, that kimono he wore at the end with the jewels. And
The kimono,
Now we have your robe, so I can make that into his like. If you
Oh,
put
the
jewels on it.
little shawl he
It's
wore.
the same, yeah.
Yes, that would be
Put the jewels
I
on
would
it.
love that. What was the other one you liked of his?
I was gonna say that's like it was more like a snuggie. I feel the bedazzled snuggie.
Oh yeah, the little sweater. Yeah, I guess I was in a kimono. I was thinking he had the blue kilt too.
Yeah, the kilt is a memorable one. His funeral outfit. Was
Oh,
also
the funeral
good.
outfit.
Yeah.
God, who stylist is? God, I want to go on it. Pick me, traders. Season 3. Moses is ready to wrap it up. He said, done and done. You guys, if you want to see the extended podcast, what do we got going on over at our patreon.com/Trish? What are the topics we have to
Pause your
show?
call. I feel like that's a good Patreon one.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah, I was debating Maine, but I feel like everyone's overhearing about her on Maine, so like we can be
same.
more fun over there.
I just watched Adam McIntyre's video on it. I didn't even know. I was like, shout out Adam. Adam McIntyre with the pink microphone. Me and Adam have matching thumbnails, I noticed. I don't know who took it from who, but we're both in the thumbnails with our microphone. Like, what? Huh? I'll take it, though. I'm not going to say. There was someone on TikTok that accused someone of copying her, and she wasn't even the original person of the sound. Did you see that? It was like the slick back hair. No. She goes, every time I wear my hair slicked back, I feel like a boy. And everyone was doing the sound. And then some girl that had 30 million followers did it. And then the girl's like, she copied me. It's so embarrassing. Like, oh my God, I can't believe she copied me. She put it in the thing. And then we found out she wasn't even the original poster. The girl's like, there was like people before you. So now you gotta just be careful. And then the girl deleted her TikTok. But like, who copied you first?
That's why I never claim to be the starter of anything. Because I'm like,
no. And who is the starter of anything? Really? I mean, I'm sure none of that's original. Like, there's no starter of it. So I don't know. We'll figure out who was the starter of the pink microphones in the thumbnail.
Wendy.
I was like, he copied me, and then meanwhile, it's full on. Wendy. All right, you guys. I'm Trish. This is Oscar. This is Moses. Go to patreon.com/justtrish if you want to see the bonus extended hour-long Patreon promo podcast on Wednesdays. Thank you guys for watching. We love you. I have a sick cosplay next week.
Oh.
Yeah. I mentioned it briefly in this show, but I didn't want to go into depth. Guess what it's going to be? I had a brief mention of it, but I said, let me just tight lip on this. I think it's going to be the headshot for next month. That's how excited
Gypsy
I am.
Rose leaving prison.
I don't know. I'll have to wait and see. See you guys on the next episode of Just Trish.